The Tennessee Army National Guard is proud to support Middle Tennessee high schools and high school athletics.
We're working together to help schools and students get the most out of their high school years on and off the field.
The Tennessee Army National Guard is honored to join forces with MyTV30 and Friday Night Rivals to support the communities we live in, work in, and we serve in. Tennessee Army National Guard is volunteer strong.
Tonight's Friday Night Rivals matchup between two of Middle Tennessee's finest high schools is brought to you by the Tennessee Army National Guard and Bart Durham Injury Law.
For the 9th straight year, the Oakland Patriots and Maryville Red Rebels meet in the 6A Tennessee State football semifinals. This year it's in Murfreesboro at Oakland High School, and it's also on the Tennessee Army National Guard's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bart Durham Injury Law, here on MyTV30 tonight. Good evening, happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday. Of course, we are at Oakland Maryville this week. My name's Max Hers, alongside former Florida Gator center Josh Corey. And Josh, these are the two best public school football teams in the state, but because of geography, they have to play in the semis every year.
Well, Max, there's a couple things that you can count on Black Friday. That's leftovers, shopping, and Oakland and Maryville on the calendar. Like you said, 9 consecutive years dating back to 2014. This one is a dandy each and every year in Class 6A, and the same holds true tonight.
Let's take a look at our keys to victory for both teams tonight, brought to you by Rackley Roofing, transforming the roofing industry. First up for Maryville, star running back Noah Vaughn, committed to Virginia, is gone with a broken leg. In comes Gage Ledoux.
Yeah, that's right, Max. Maryville will be without their star running back. Going to UVA, Noah Vaughn, who suffered a season-ending leg injury against Knoxville West. The next man up is junior Gage Ledoux. Ledoux rushed for more than 200 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against Science Hill and will be the centerpiece of Maryville's offensive attack tonight.
For the back-to-back 6A state champion Oakland Patriots, playing this game at home, defending our turf.
Yeah, how about 66-0? That's Oakland's record at home during Coach Kevin Creasy's 8 years as head coach of the Patriots. Defending their home stadium is something this program takes great pride in, and whether it's on grass or this beautiful new turf field Oakland installed in 2019, they're looking to keep that record perfect and run it to 67 games.
He's Josh Corey. I'm Max Hers. It's Oakland and Maryville tonight. Let's take a look at our key players to watch for both teams. First up for Maryville, the man we already mentioned, the new starting running back has come out red hot, Gage Ledoux.
Yeah, he's filling in for the injured Noah Vaughn. He's been so impressive for the Rebels in the playoffs. He's transitioned over from the starting H-back position and has rushed for more than 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns this season. Maryville coach Derek Hunt said he gets better each and every week and has grown more comfortable being the lead back in the Rebels offense. They'll need a big night out of number 7 if Maryville's going to punch their ticket to Chattanooga next week.
Oakland's key player is a man who you could argue is their most valuable in all 3 phases, senior safety and running back Eric Taylor.
Well, you can look up the phrase complimentary football in the dictionary, and you'll see a picture of Eric Taylor for Oakland. Taylor is a key factor in all 3 phases of the game for the Patriots. On defense, he's the leader of a talented secondary. He's the punt returner on special teams with 2 touchdowns this season, and on offense, he's scored 12 touchdowns and averages more than 11 yards per carry. Taylor will be all over the field tonight and a huge part of Oakland's game plan.
For the 9th straight Black Friday, it is Oakland and Maryville in the 6A state semis. Let's throw it down for an injury update with our sideline reporter, Sammy Kincaid.
Thanks, Max. The big storyline for tonight is a heavy dose of adversity for Maryville. Not only are they going to be playing a very good Oakland team, but they're having to do it with a lot of sophomores. You guys have mentioned it multiple times. Noah Vaughn, the senior wide receiver, Mr. Football finalist, he is out for the game. Also, you're going to be missing junior tight end Eli Elkins, who just went out with a knee injury. and also linebacker Sam Young, who is also out with a knee injury. He went out in the preseason. So that's 3 starters that they were expecting to have late in the season that they will no longer have available for tonight. On the Oakland side, you're going to have junior DB Steven Ellison. He is out with a concussion. Also on the O-line, starting O-lineman Jake Riggs. He is still out with a broken leg. And Bronson Chris is also out with a shoulder injury. So that is your Bart Durham injury report. And whenever we come back from break, we're going to have starting lineups, kickoff, and a lot more.
This is what it's like in the National Guard. Did I mention it was part-time? I give them my time, they pay for my education. What are you doing today?
Our team at Tennessee Home Buyers has helped thousands of local homeowners sell their house the easy way.
Our A+ rating with the BBB says we will always put you first.
If you want to sell your house as is on your timeline,
without the hassles of showings or delays,
call the team you know and trust.
Your hometown home buyer. Visit us online at 299cash.com.
Easy way, call 299-CASH today.
Code Red weather isn't just about tornadoes. Rain, flooding, heat, all can have a major impact on your life. From nuisance weather to severe storms, we track them all. Fox 17 News Code Red weather. Alerts, empowers, protects.
The National Desk tracks the next weather maker live across America now. I'm Jan Jeffcoat. Choose America's news now. Each weekday morning from the National Desk.
The National Desk, weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. on MyTV30.
We will warrant for your arrest.
So many innocent victims.
Call an ambulance.
He will never hurt you again.
Law and Order SVU.
Monday at 7 on MyTV30.
Round 9 in the state semis for Oakland and Maryville. 9th straight year. We alternate sites every other year. You've had your turkey. You've had your bye. Now it's time to say goodbye. Great sign from the Oakland cheer squad as the Patriots take the field here at Ray Hughes Stadium in Murfreesboro. Time for our Tennessee Army National Guard coin toss with head official Josh McWhorter.
Is it against the ground or we toss it? What's our call? Tails. Tails is the call. It is a head. Oakland going to toss. You want to change the ball. Which way is that? Defend the part. Defend the part. So face your back to the scoreboard. Oakland face your back to his end zone. Oakland has won the toss and elected to receive. Captains, forward time, shake hands.
It's the toss and wants the football to get us started. Every year, no matter how they get there, you know it's going to be Oakland and Maryville on Black Friday. Winner faces either Beach or Bartlett next Saturday night for the 6A state championship in Nuga. Corbin Price is the Maryville kicker. The Rebels in white on the road. Oakland in red at home with Eric Taylor deep to receive. And this game will start with a return for Taylor from his own 1-yard line. Taylor up the gut with some room. That's Jeremiah Collins past the 50. Collins with one man to beat. Touchdown, Oakland! 99 yards for Jeremiah Collins.
How about that for an opener there, Max? It's an unbelievable special teams play to start this game for the Oakland Patriots. So dangerous. Let's take another look at it. Maryville doesn't do a good job of staying in their lanes on kickoff coverage right there, and that's all they need right there to split it right down the seam of the field for Jeremiah Collins, and Oakland is up 7-0. Collins so dangerous returning kicks. What a great job of blocking by that front line of Oakland. You got to stay in your lanes, and especially in games like this where you have two evenly matched teams, it usually comes down to things like special teams. And what a start for the Patriots right here.
Collins, a three-star prospect who's a senior, but in his first year at Oakland, he grew up living with his mom in Louisville, Kentucky. His dad has always lived in Murfreesboro. He came down to Murfreesboro for his senior year, decommitted from the University of Louisville, where he was committed when he was at Male High School up in Kentucky. Well, here he is starring for Oakland, been starting in the DB all year.
Yeah, you can certainly see why. He's a corner. He's got 2 picks on the season. On defense, he's got several Division I offers. Kentucky, Vanderbilt, like you said, Louisville, Virginia Tech, and he is a special player.
Our Vol State Community College scoring summary is no snaps necessary for the Patriots. 7-0 Oakland, and Jacob Taylor will kick it right back to Maryville.
As number 12, right?
Taylor has had touchbacks on more than half of his kickoffs this season, and there's another. He's had touchbacks on now 56 of 106 kickoffs for that man, head coach Kevin Creasy, who leads the Patriots. On the Maryville side, senior first-year starter Matthew Clemmer running the show, doing a great job this year, starting for the first time.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic season. Maryville's offense averaging about 35 points a game, and there you see Clemmer right there, more than 1,600 yards passing, 18 touchdowns to 8 interceptions for the Rebels.
Maryville runs it on their first play with Gage Ledoux, who we highlighted to start the broadcast. They're without Virginia commit and Mr. Football finalist Noah Vaughn, so Ledoux comes in there. Our starting lineup for Maryville, brought to you by BMC Metalworks. Maryville in the Knoxville area in East Tennessee, about 2 hours and 45 minutes east of here. 9th straight year the Rebels and Patriots have met for a spot in the Blue Cross Bowl. Here's Ledoux again, 2nd straight carry. Good surge up the middle, and he is close to the marker, but just short of it. Starting offense for the Maryville Rebels, Matthew Clemmer, the quarterback, Ledoux, the running back, Jonah Arms, the H-back, DJ Gillen, Zeke McCoy, and Jax Kirby lead the receivers. O-line for the Rebs, Alex Boyd, Jay Adams, Liberty commit, Cal Grubbs at center, then Houston Ratledge and Blake Heckman on the right side. That lineup brought to you by BMC Metalworks for the Maryville Rebels in the white tonight. 3rd and a yard. Ledoux goes again. Right into the teeth of the defense. He might not have it. Oakland holds him. It'll be 4th and half a yard. Here's the starting lineup for the Oakland Patriots. Up front, Markel Rogers, Ian Owens, and Quentin Norfolk. 4-man linebacking core, Trey Johnson, Nathan Hepburn, Jarrell Franklin, and Corey Smith. Quintavious Lisenby and Jeremiah Collins are the corners. Mason Bell and Eric Taylor, the safeties, with Bronson Crisp out.
Yeah, it's a big, strong, powerful front, and they are anchored by 4 great linebackers that we'll see throughout the night tonight.
Maryville's offense on the field on 4th and very short at their own 29-yard line. 4 on the play clock. Will they snap the football? They will. Here goes Ledoux. He's got it. Just barely across. Nathan Hepburn was in the backfield but couldn't bring him down. First down, Maryville.
Yeah, it's a great second effort by Ledoux right there. Penetration by Hepburn in the backfield. Makes him change his track right there. Gets just enough for the first down right there. Loses a shoe as well, but picks up the first down and moves the chains.
Here are the numbers for Gage Ledoux, who stepped in for Noah Vaughn as the starting running back the last 4 weeks since Vaughn broke his leg in their 9th game of the regular season. He's a junior. He was the starting fullback all year. Been on the field for basically every snap, but didn't get the ball much. Now he's gotten the ball on Maryville's first 5 offensive plays. Gain of 2.5.
Yeah, that's a great job by the corner, Quintavious Lisenby, to come up and make that tackle right there. Corey Smith, the outside linebacker there as well. as you see Maryville coach Derek Hunt.
Here's how Maryville got here with playoff wins over Morristown East, Bearden, and Science Hill over in East Tennessee. 3 losses this year. First time since 2000 that the Rebels have lost 3 games. But here they are. First pass of the game is a completion to Price Davis on the left side, who gets across midfield. Davis, the sophomore, second string running back, with a huge catch to get the offense moving.
Yeah, this is just an RPO play right here. Great read by quarterback Matthew Klemmer out to Price Davis, moving the chains. They needed something positive right there to happen, and a big pickup for the sophomore receiver.
Gain of 19 for a BMC Metalworks first down. BMC Metalworks providing precision machining and fabrication services throughout the southeast area for over 45 years. First down, Rebels at the Oakland 47. Oakland returned the opening kick for a touchdown. Maryville trying to answer. Hand off to Ledoux. Picks up a couple of yards. Here's the path to this point for Oakland and head coach Kevin Creasy. Their only loss, which was their first loss since before the COVID pandemic began, was against CPA on October 6th. Since then, they have dominated with a win over their big rival Blackman in the state quarters last week, finishing it off.
Yeah, Coach Kevin Creasy always has his guys ready to play, and they just continue to march through this 6A bracket.
2nd and 8 at the 45. Klemmer throws. It is caught for a first down by Jax Kirby. Josh, we have had a lot of football players who have come over from other sports teams at their high schools. I think Jax Kirby is the first converted tennis player we have ever seen.
Yeah, he's a heck of a football player, too, and a big target at 6'5". Watch him in warm-ups, catching some footballs, not afraid to go in the middle of that zone defense right there. And that was a big pickup to move the chains for Maryville.
He came out for football 2 years ago as a sophomore, played 2 years at JV, really coming on late in his senior year. Klemmer throws deep down the left side, too far for Kirby. Double coverage on there with the safety helping out.
Yeah, safety rolled over top right there, and that's one thing that quarterback Matthew Klemmer is going to have in his head tonight is a clock to get rid of that football, because I tell you what, Oakland will bring the pressure. They are very disruptive in those passing lanes and really like to pin their ears back and come off the edge and even in the inside blitz package as well.
These are two very smart head coaches, two very well-coached teams. College caliber football gets played when Oakland and Maryville get together. 2nd and 10 from the Oakland 34 for Maryville, and it's Ledoux with some room. Gage Ledoux to the house. Touchdown, Maryville. 34-yard run by Gage Ledoux, the breakout star of the playoffs.
Well, and that's why he was our key player to watch for Maryville right there. That is a great answer to that special teams touchdown for this Maryville offense right there. Exactly what Coach Hunt needed for his football team, and what a run for Ledoux.
Corbin Price on for the extra point. Peyton Cooper snaps. Caleb Dunford holds. And the PAT is good. Less than 5 minutes in, we are even in round 9 between Maryville and Oakland. Gage Ledoux has taken over for Noah Vaughn and starred for Maryville. 34-yard touchdown run. Derek Hunt's loving it.
Once a Marine, always a Marine. If you served, lived, or worked at Camp Lejeune, you may have been exposed to contaminated drinking water that causes serious health problems. Over $288 billion has been set aside for the victims. Call me now to see if you qualify. Hoorah!
Toyota-thon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota. Like Camry Hybrid, RAV4, Tundra, and more.
How did you...
Magic.
Nobody has more all-wheel drive vehicles than Toyota, like the best-selling RAV4. Now save thousands in fuel costs on this electrified RAV4 hybrid and get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Come in today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
How am I going to get to work? My car's totaled.
Skylar, our team is making a call right now. We'll get you a rental car. Don't worry.
That's a relief.
Call us 24/7. We're here. We're going to help.
Before tonight's game, the United States Marines National Anthem moment with the Oakland High School Marching Band doing the honors, and the Oakland High School Junior ROTC presenting the colors tonight. Always great to be here at Oakland High. Spent Thanksgiving morning practice with the boys here yesterday. No better day of practice all year long than the teams who get to practice on Thanksgiving, Josh.
Yeah, it certainly is. And if you are practicing on Thanksgiving, you have done something right this season. And, that is something that both of these programs are very familiar with. This is the 9th consecutive year they have met in the state semifinals.
Our Vol State Community College scoring summary for that Maryville drive. 10 plays, 80 yards, took 4.5 minutes, with Gage Ledoux taking it home 34 yards for the game-tying touchdown. Jeremiah Collins ran back the opening kickoff, so Maryville will kick away from him this time. Keep the ball out of his hands. Instead, it's Mason Bell, one of the Oakland running backs, getting a chance. He's got a couple of moves past the 30-yard line, and Oakland will start their first offensive drive of the game at their own 31.
I didn't think Maryville and Corbin Price would be kicking it deep again.
Cade Hewitt, Murfreesboro's answer for Josh Allen. In his second year as the starting quarterback for the Oakland Patriots. He is also one of their leading rushers. He'll carry the ball a lot, and he's proven he can throw it deep as well.
Yeah, Cade Hewitt has a big arm. He's a big, strong kid who can run the football. He is a dual-threat quarterback for sure.
It is a wing T offense, and they do a whole lot of running as their base. So the Patriots will start off on the ground with a handoff to Khalil James. Here's the starting lineup for the Oakland offense. Hewitt with running backs Tamari Hill and Khalil James. Fullback C.J. Puckett has become their leading rusher down the stretch. Tight end Marcus Bullard leads a lot of the blocking, with Quincy Jackson as the primary lone receiver. Offensive line mostly healthy minus Jake Riggs. Zach Turk, Keith Bowman, Brian Burrell, Braylon LaFloria, and Cade's brother Deuce Hewitt start up front. 2nd and 5. Pitch to Tamari Hill, the speedy sophomore. Picks up 3. It'll be 3rd and a long 2. Starting defense for Maryville, they run a 3-4. Up front, Jason Maneker, Caleb Graham, who's committed to Army football, and Frankie Diaz. Jacob Richmond, Peyton Cooper, Isaiah French, and Brandon Husky are the backers. Hutton Jones and Cannon Johnson, the Maryville corners. Drew Wallace and Ty Elder are the safeties. It is not an East Tennessee high school football team unless there is at least one Peyton, Josh. We got Peyton Cooper filling that hole tonight.
Yeah, very good inside linebackers for this Maryville defense.
3rd and a short 3. Handoff on the end around. It's James trying to get the first down, and he's got it. Khalil James picks up the 3rd down with some good patient running.
Yeah, that's the thing right there. Peyton Cooper had a chance to bring him down short of the first down right there. Wasn't able to do so. You've got to wrap him up. You can't arm tackle him. Oakland moves the chains right there. You're going to see a lot of running backs get touches in this Patriots offense. They have 8 running backs with over 200 yards this season, 9 players with a rushing touchdown. Makes it difficult when you're on defense because you can't key on any one guy.
They'll line up in an I formation here with Quincy Jackson in motion. 1st and 10 at their own 48. And the first offensive touch of the game for Eric Taylor, the senior, as we go down to Sammy Kincaid.
Hey, guys, you're just talking about some offensive stats, and those can't happen without the O-line. And whenever I was talking to Coach Creasy before the game, I said, out of the 3 that you're missing tonight, what's the biggest loss? And he said, missing Riggs on the O-line, that's a really big loss for us. He has 3 college offers, and it's hard to replace a guy like that. Luckily, they've had 10 to 11 guys rotating on that O-line this season due to injuries, but he said that that's a really big loss for them tonight.
2nd down and 3. Handoff to Taylor, right up the gut. Eric Taylor streaks through the Maryville defense down to the Rebel 31.
Yeah, he's our key player to watch tonight for Oakland. He doesn't need much of a crease. Great blocking up front right there for Taylor. who averages more than 11 yards per carry this season.
He missed the first 5 games of his senior season with a shoulder injury. Has come back to score 15 total touchdowns in 8 games. It's another handoff. Taylor committed to Tennessee State back in the spring. When he was hurt, decommitted last month. He said he basically just committed to make sure he had a spot in case he didn't come back from his injury.
Yes.
Now his recruitment's open again.
Yeah, that's a smart move. It's all a numbers game, especially with the transfer portal at the college football level. It's very difficult as a high school recruit.
2nd down and 6 for Oakland. On the edge of the red zone. Here's Eric Taylor again with another crease down inside the 15. First down, Oakland. That's 4 straight carries for Eric Taylor, yielding 41 yards.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Eric Taylor on this drive right here. And I tell you what, when you're starting safety, Ty Elder for Maryville has to make that tackle at the 3rd level. You've got a lot of green grass in front of you running the football.
The Pats are in the UPS Store red zone. The UPS Store is your printing, packing, and shipping solution. 1st and 10 at the 13. Hand off to Taylor as a flag flies in from the umpire. And we will check the penalty. Our officiating crew tonight, head referee Josh McWhorter, umpire Chad Crutcher, line judge Taylor McWhorter, head linesman Brian Story, field judge Jim Jobe, side judge Mark Chapman, and clock operator Zach Williamson. Crew from Clarksville, Tennessee, making the trip down to the Borough tonight for the state semis. There's Josh McWhorter.
Holding, 54 the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay. First down.
Yeah, typically when you get that umpire who throws the flag, it's going to be offensive holding. That one was on Brian Burrell, the senior offensive lineman. It's going to back him up 10 from the spot of the foul. And, you know, that's really the only thing that slowed down this Oakland rushing attack so far tonight.
Taylor's the deep back again. Marcus Bullard, the up man. Look at it right back to Eric Taylor without hesitation. Grinding his feet back towards the 15-yard line. Get back some of the penalty yardage. We'll bring up 2nd down and 14.
Yeah, and that's what this offense does. They will run the ball very methodically. They'll run the ball, and then they'll hit you with the play-action pass that they've been. So they don't throw a whole lot, but when they do, they really make it count. They're very effective in that play-action passing game.
Timeout from the Oakland sideline. 2:33 left to go in the first quarter, and we'll take it with them. Oakland and Maryville with some big swings in round 9 of their state semifinal annual series. You're watching it here on MyTV30.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
America's future supply chain.
We're probably looking at long-term shortages.
Inside Your World investigates.
We're going to need to replace about 1 million jobs here in the coming decade.
Trucker shortage, supply chain woes.
Monday on Fox 17 News at 9.
Fox 17 News at 9, Nashville's only primetime newscast, protecting you with Code Red weather alerts.
That's where the rain totals really...
Watch Fox 17 News at 9.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. I am joined by Tennessee Army National Guard Staff Sergeant Misty Harris. And Staff Sergeant, first off, thanks for joining me. And how is the Guard different from other military branches?
Great question. Well, first, thanks for having me. What sets us apart and makes us unique is our dual mission. Not only do we answer to the President of the United States and serve our country alongside our brothers and sisters in arms, but we also answer the call of our governor and serve our community in domestic emergencies like natural disasters.
And what jobs could somebody have in the Tennessee Army National Guard?
There are over 150 different jobs offered in the Guard. To figure out what job works best, if someone's interested in joining, they can meet with me or a member of my team to help find out how they can best utilize their skills, talents, and long-term career goals to accomplish a mirroring job in the Guard.
And if somebody's looking at the benefits, everyone talks about the benefits of the military, but what benefits are specific to the Tennessee Army National Guard?
Well, one of our most awesome benefits is an educational benefit called the Tennessee Strong Act. And members of the Guard can use the Tennessee Strong Act to cover tuition and fees to a series of different universities and private colleges across the state. Or they can use them at Tennessee College of Applied Technologies to earn certificates in skilled trades. If someone's interested in doing that, they can reach out to me to learn how they can serve part-time and earn full-time benefits by calling or texting 615-306-8153.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to the Tennessee Army National Guard for being a sponsor of Friday Night Rivals. Guys, back to you.
We've got a touchdown but a penalty, Sammy.
There a play I got holding on the offense, number 0. 10 yards from the spot of foul. Replay. Second down.
Yeah, that was a toss sweep to the right to Eric Taylor. Anytime the running game hits wide, you have to worry about those defenders getting wide too. And when they try to separate, you've got to open your hands, run your feet, and not grab the jersey. That time they grabbed jersey and it cost them.
Direct snap to Khalil James on 2nd and 25. Won't get much. Cannon Johnson slings him down.
Yeah, that's 2 holding penalties on this drive, and right there the bad snap, like you said, to Khalil James, a player that doesn't usually handle a whole lot of snaps, isn't used to taking that snap from center, picks it up and tries to make something positive. But I tell you what, Cannon Johnson from Maryville was waiting right there for him. He's going to bring up a 3rd down here.
Got to get all the way down to the 3-yard line. 3rd down in the glass house here at Oakland.
Yeah, if you want to, stretch it out that way, I can clean it up.
Khalil James, the lone receiver. Patriots have not thrown the football yet, but they will here. Cade Hewitt screens it over Taylor's head, incomplete. Great pressure by Jason Maneker. 4th down.
Yeah, Maneker's the guy for Maryville who gets it done on that defensive line. 72 tackles this year, 5.5 sacks, 22 tackles for loss. Here he comes off the edge. Coach Hunt says he plays like his hair's on fire. What an analogy right there. He really gets after it, rushes the screen throw back to the backside and causes that one right there, a disruptor in that pass rush.
Oakland will kick a 43-yard field goal with their stud place kicker, Jacob Taylor. Do we have a flag here? Was there a jump? We do. It was already going to be 43. His season long is 42.
Probably the snap. Offsides, number 83. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
That'll move it up 5. Everybody in the building thought it was a penalty against Oakland.
Yeah, the Rebels thought so as well. Let's take a look. You're saying they jumped into that neutral zone. In high school football, you cannot jump into the neutral zone and get back. Once you break that neutral zone, it is a penalty on the defense.
Taylor is 6 for 6 kicking field goals this year. This is a 37-yarder. Again, he's made a couple longer than 40 to give Oakland the early lead. Got it. 10-7 Patriots. Jacob Taylor makes the kick.
How about having a weapon like that on special teams? Kicks just about everything out of the back of the end zone when he kicks off. He's 7 of 7 now on field goals this season with a long of 47. I tell you what, even if that penalty would have been on Oakland right there, I don't think that Coach Creasy would have hesitated to try to kick that 48-yarder. But, such a weapon for this Patriots team, and just, they're so good in all 3 phases of the game.
Stay tuned for the UPS Store halftime report. We'll have participating school administrator interviews, first half highlights, and great plays from across the country during the 2022 Friday Night Rivals season. And we are all very excited at some point tonight, maybe during halftime, to unveil our 2nd annual Nashville FNR all-name team. But Josh is sad that Bix Beavers is no longer in high school and cannot be on the team. as Taylor kicks a touchback.
I think he should be a member emeritus.
For all time.
All time. He is on the team permanently.
Shout out to Bix Beavers from MBA. I believe he's just a normal student nowadays, not starring on the football field anymore, but shout out to Bix. Ball State Community College scoring summary. Good drive, derailed by penalties, still got 3.
Yeah, and that's the mark of a championship football team. Got 2 holding penalties, drove it down into Maryville territory, still come away with points, but what a great job by the defense for the Rebels to hold right there to 3 points when, I tell you what, Oakland was just running the football at will that last drive.
Maryville's offense back on the field. It'll start with a rush by Gage Ledoux. Big gainer, 25 yards to start the drive.
Yeah, we've seen Ledoux have success behind that big offensive line. About the ability to cut right there. And he hit the big touchdown run on the last drive because Oakland didn't set the edge and keep contained on the outside. That time he runs between the tackles and finds big room right there to move the chains for Maryville.
Ledoux, so far tonight, 8 rushes, 75 yards and a touchdown, 9.4 yards per carry. It's a gain of 25 to start the drive after he finished off their first series with a 34-yard touchdown. Look at him, a direct snap here. Gains 5. It's a formation they used a lot with Noah Vaughn. They'd snap it straight to the running back. Oakland, looking at film this week, said really the only difference without Vaughn is they don't do direct snaps anymore. Well, they just did.
Yeah, and of course they have that personnel package in their offense, and they're starting to feel more comfortable with Ledoux as he gets more experience. You know, he's had a great run in the playoffs, 530 yards coming into tonight's game in the playoffs, 7 touchdowns. And there's been a little bit of a transition from him moving over from H-back, where he primarily blocks, to that lead back role for Maryville, but he's adjusted very nicely.
End of the first quarter here at Ray Hughes Stadium under the Big Red Air Jordan at Oakland High School. We started with a bang. Jeremiah Collins returned the opening kick, 99 yards for Oakland. They lead Maryville 10-7 after 1.
Nissan of Rivergate in Madison. New Nissans rolling in every day. The all-new Pathfinder, Rogues, Frontiers, Muranos, Rogue Sports, and Sentras. They go fast, so come early. Nissan of Rivergate in Madison, where your dollar always goes farther.
College isn't the only way to train for your career in life. Trade jobs are a quicker way to get into the workforce to support yourself and your family. Your local 572 is looking for hard-working individuals who want to work in the pipe trade. Plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. When you sign up for an apprenticeship, you learn on the job and in the classroom, and your schooling is free. And once you've signed up, that's like getting 1,000 brothers and sisters all looking out for one another, because that's what families do.
We're the packing and shipping store, the printing store. We're everything your small business needs to make it everything it should be. The one-stop, secret weapon to make a lot of noise and be unstoppable store, the UPS store.
Ready, set, go! The amazing holiday bed sale at Rooms To Go Kids ends Monday. Get sweet savings on kids' beds starting at $2.99. The coolest looks and styles. A great selection, all in one place. Get super sale prices on theme beds, beds with storage, shop bunk and loft beds, save big on bookcase beds, and upholstered beds. Fun, functional, colorful kids' beds on sale and ready to go. The amazing holiday bed sale at Rooms To Go Kids ends Monday. Rooms To Go Kids.
This is what it's like in the National Guard. Did I mention it was part-time? I give them my time, they pay for my education. What are you doing today?
Oakland leads Maryville 10-7 as we start the second quarter here in the state semifinals. This is truly a heavyweight bout, and we are in round 9 of the bout in the state semis here on Black Friday. These teams have split the last 8 semifinal meetings, with the winner going on to win the state 6 out of those 8 years, Josh.
Yeah, it's just an unbelievable streak, and like we said before, you can put that on your calendar for Black Friday. It's going to be these two teams. Last time it was 2013, and it was Maryville Blackman. Blackman got the best of Oakland in the state quarters that year.
It is Maryville football at midfield to start the second quarter on their second offensive drive of the game. It's a direct snap to the running back. Gage Ledoux falls forward for a yard and a half. My name is Max Hers, alongside former Florida Gator center Josh Corey, as you see some scores on Public School State semifinal night. Last night of games on campuses here in the TSSAA. Beach leads Bartlett 14-0 early. Winner of that one gets the winner of this one a week from tomorrow in Chattanooga.
About the Bucks jumping out on Bartlett early on, 14-0. The boys from Shackle Island.
3rd and 3 for Maryville. Matthew Clemmer to throw. Pass is too high, incomplete. Looking for Bryce Davis. Covered by Eric Taylor. 4th down.
He does a nice job in coverage right there. Good protection right there as well. Ball just a little bit too high and outside for Bryce Davis. And that ball is a little bit closer. They probably connect and pick up the first down right there. Big stop for Oakland's defense.
Maryville ready to punt. This is just their 26th punt in game 13. That's less than 2 punts per game. Corbin Price is the punter. Tamari Hill deep to receive for Oakland High School. It's a high boot. It lands inside the 20 and bounces backward. Down around the 18-yard line by the Maryville coverage team, specifically Jack Carter. During the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Bart Durham Player of the Game. Got some studs in this game tonight, as always with Oakland and Maryville. And the craziest part about it, Josh, you know these teams are good when this is a surprise. These teams have a combined 4 losses this season. That's a lot for these two.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Maryville has 3 of those, losing to their rivals, Alcoa. Cleveland got the best of them. Also Knox West, 5A team, very good as well.
Big gainer for Oakland to start the drive with Eric Taylor. 82 yards. Touchdown, Patriots. Eric Taylor goes 82 yards for a Tennessee home buyers touchdown.
Yeah, this Oakland Patriots offense so dangerous. You can't give up the big play right between the guards right there behind his center. And like we said before, Eric Taylor doesn't need much of a crease. He didn't have one right there. It's almost like he turned sideways to get through that hole. And I'll tell you what, he was off to the races and in a hurry.
Jacob Taylor, no relation, makes the extra point. As Max Levinsky puts the hold down and Hunter Rather snaps it. Our Volunteer State Community College scoring summary, easy one. One play, call it 83 yards by Eric Taylor. A man who had to wait his turn to play on offense in this Oakland program. Last year they had Jordan James running the show, who's now playing at Oregon. Antonio Patterson is at Florida International. They did most of the heavy lifting. Taylor was a starting safety. They'd always wanted him to play offense, didn't really have the chance. Well, this year he does.
Well, and it just shows you how talented this Oakland offense is. They don't even list Taylor as the starter at running back. They list him behind Tamari Hill. They've got C.J. Puckett. They've got Khalil James. And Eric Taylor, the 4th running back on the depth chart, is having quite an evening for Oakland.
Kevin Creasy jotting down his notes in this battle of wits. Maryville head coach Derek Hunt said about facing Oakland, quote, "If you wait till halftime to adjust, you've probably waited too long. This is high-level football and high-level football thinking."
Yeah, and that's a great quote and very true. You know, you have got to make adjustments on the fly. You can't wait till you take your kids into the locker room. And Maryville's offense has got to answer this right here, down 10.
The Maryville contingent has made the trip. The Rowdy Rebels are going ski mask tonight. A great showing from a school that is almost 3 hours away from here. You just kind of know, though, this game's going to happen.
Yeah.
Make your plans.
Yeah, go ahead in August and go ahead and put this one down. We're going to eat Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday, and then we're going to head over to Rutherford County on Friday.
The quarterback room of Maryville High School also wanted us to give a shout out to Matthew Clemmer's girlfriend, Lauren. Matthew did not want her to get a shout out, but backups Casey Cobble and Hudson Jamerson did, so thought that was worthy. Shout out to Lauren, even though she's here. Maybe her parents are watching. Her boyfriend hands off to Gage Ledoux to get the drive started for the Red Rebels of Maryville High School, East Tennessee's finest.
Yeah, you've got to look for Maryville right here to run some of that RPO game. They've had some success early on with Matthew Clemmer making some good reads and some very good decisions back there. Get the ball to Price Davis and, receivers like Zeke McCoy and DJ Gillens and Caleb Dunford, very talented receivers, but they've had a lot of success in that RPO game.
Another run. Again, it's Ledoux moving the pile to set up 3rd and 2.
The key for this Maryville offense is to stay ahead of the chains and put yourself in a position with a manageable 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. This is exactly what they've done so far this drive, is stay ahead of the chains and give yourself an opportunity to convert right here.
Quarterback Matthew Clemmer off the field. Direct snap ready to Gage Ledoux. They set up a whole lot of blocking for him, and he falls forward for the 1st down. That is a lot of responsibility on a junior who switched positions in the final game of the season, Gage Ledoux.
Yeah, gets a good push up front right there. Even the receivers in there blocking. Price Davis, and another nice block, turning his man in by Jonah Arms. That's the H-back. That's where Ledoux was playing before the injury to Noah Vaughn, and Ledoux knows exactly how many yards he's got to get to move those chains, and what an effort right there by number 7.
Pass play on 1st down as Clemmer hits his man. That's Jax Kirby over midfield down to the Oakland 43.
Well, this is the RPO game that we talked about earlier. They've used Jax Kirby a couple times right here, a big 6'5" target. That's a nice read right there on the slant route, and places the ball perfectly into Kirby. That's a big game. They've had a lot of success with this RPO game so far here in the 1st half.
It's good for a UA Local 572 1st down for Maryville. UA Local 572, the premier trainer of workers in all aspects of the piping, plumbing, welding, and HVAC industry. Clemmer to throw again. Pops it up, throws it away. Let's go down to Sammy Kincaid.
Hey guys, listening over on the Maryville sideline, offense and defense, it's really the same message to both of them. They're saying play your assignment, line up where you're supposed to line up, and make the Oakland defense make a decision. We'll be fine. And then they were saying to the defense, rest up right now. This is your time to rest and then get back on the field and stop them on the run. They said this is the same exact play that they did. They've done it twice now that they've had a touchdown on. Keep playing your game and just keep doing your job. It'll be okay.
Well, and that's a great point, Sammy. These conversions right here by the Maryville offense has given that Maryville defense an opportunity to rest up a little bit, and will only be stronger for the better as they move forward here in the 2nd quarter.
Ledoux not going far on 2nd and 10. Eric Taylor and a couple of buddies come in for the tackle. Some state semifinal scores. A couple of metro schools, East Nashville and Pearl Cone, still in action. Page and Henry County played a 56-52 game this weekend last year. Beach leads Bartlett 21-7. The other 6A game out in West Tennessee. Winner of that one gets the winner of this one a week from tomorrow at 7 Eastern at UT Chattanooga, Finley Stadium in the Blue Cross Bowl. 3rd and 8 for Maryville at the Oakland 40-yard line. Play fake. Open man caught by Jonah Arms for a 1st down. The sophomore H-back has taken Gage Ledoux's spot with everybody moving up, and he has shown.
Yeah, this is Jonah Arms, the H-back, coming across the formation right there. Freezes those linebackers with the play fake to Ledoux right there. And just does a great job of executing that. Nice play call by Derek Hunt. And Maryville's on the move, converting that 3rd down and 8.
Fifth catch of the season for Arms, who's a sophomore. As they go back to the ground on first down. Maryville coach Derek Hunn said he'd never dreamed that he'd rely on Jonah Arms in a state semifinal this year. He's one of many youngsters who have stepped up for Maryville.
Yeah, he's doing the job blocking like we've seen in this run game with Ledoux, and gets involved there in the passing game as well, picking up a big first down for this offense.
2nd down and 6 on the lip of the red zone at the 21-yard line. 3 receiver set. Zeke McCoy in motion. They'll hand it off to Ledoux. It's not going far. Brings up 3rd down. Good job by Oakland up front. That was Ethan Burrell who got him first.
Yeah, great gap integrity up there by the front 7 for the Oakland Patriots. Nowhere to go. If Maryville wants to come back to that right there, and he pulls the jet sweep, pulls it, and throws that slant again, it's open. That's something to keep an eye on moving forward.
They gained a yard. It's 3rd and 5 at the 20. Play clock's at 10 for Maryville. Play clock at 5. They'll take a timeout. Big play coming up. 3rd and 5 in the red zone for Maryville, trailing Oakland 17-7. You're watching the Tennessee Army National Guard's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bart Durham Injury Law. It's the state semis on MyTV30.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling. United by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
Inside Your World investigates.
We believe that our truckers are heroes.
Trucker shortage. Supply chain woes.
Monday on Fox 17 News at 9.
Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. We track severe weather.
Our forecast pinpoint a storm's path, showing when it will hit your neighborhood. That's where we are today.
Providing you the information needed to prepare and stay safe. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. Alerts, empowers, protects.
We're joined with the UPS Store. Thank you so much to the UPS Store for being our sponsor of Friday Night Rivals. And I'm here with Joshua Evans. And can you believe it is the last week of Friday Night Rivals?
I know. End of the season, you know, we're proud to be out here supporting Friday Night Football, supporting our schools, and excited to see how this season wraps up.
And why does the UPS Store partner with Friday Night Rivals and a sponsor of them?
Yeah, well, you know, each of our stores is individually owned by somebody here in the community. So even though UPS Store is part of a big name in UPS, we're proud to be out here supporting these schools.
Absolutely. And I know I take my Amazon returns to the UPS Store, but what other services does the UPS Store offer?
Well, we are the pack and ship experts. So as we look towards Christmas now, you know, we're kind of your one-stop shop to be able to pack up all your Christmas gifts, get them, you know, safely to where they need to go. We also do all types of printing, copying, wide format printing, blueprints, document services, shredding, faxing, notary service, personal mailbox service. You know, we want to be kind of your one-stop location for all your small business needs.
That's fantastic. And I know that you see them everywhere whenever you're driving, but where can somebody find the UPS Store?
That's right. We've got 43 locations across Middle Tennessee. We're going to be open late hours. Several of our stores are open on Sundays. We'll hope you'll come see us between now and Christmas.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Joshua Evans, for joining me. Great to see you all season long. And thank you so much to the UPS Store for being a sponsor of Friday Night Rivals.
3rd and 5 for Maryville at the Oakland 20. Matthew Clemmer gets out of pressure for now. Spins back, throws it up for grabs, incomplete. 4th and 5, Josh, what are you thinking here?
Well, and that's a great job by the quarterback, first of all, to get rid of the football, to give his offense a chance right there. I thought at 3rd and 5, you know, this would be, you know, 4-down territory. You're not going to beat Oakland kicking field goals, and you would like them to have gained a little bit there to get a little bit closer. But looks like Maryville's going to bring out the field goal unit and attempt this field goal right here.
37-yard field goal for Corbin Price. Just 4 out of 9 this year, but he has hit from 47. Senior kicker for Maryville. Receiver Caleb Dunford is the holder. Linebacker Peyton Cooper is the snapper. Kick is up, and it's blocked. Oakland blocks the field goal.
Let's take another look right here. We get the block right off the edge.
It was Jeremiah Collins.
Yeah, it was Collins coming off the edge. You've got to elongate that edge, get it as far out as you can right there. They didn't do it. And it just shows you the speed coming off the football that Collins has right there to get a piece of it. And now kicker Corbin Price, 4 of 10 on the year for field goals.
Collins returned the opening kickoff, 99 yards for a touchdown. He's been locking down at corner all game, and now another special teams play, blocking a Maryville field goal try. So Oakland starts at their own 20 here, midway through the second quarter. Collins a big role. He'll play some offense, too, at wide receiver.
Yeah, just so many weapons for the Patriots, and, you know, just a very talented group of young men for Coach Kevin Creasy. If you're Maryville's defense right here, you've got to watch the play action pass. This is a great time to throw it right here in this situation after they've run the football so well.
Hewitt hands off, and they've got a first down carry right at the marker. That's Eric Taylor with another good one. 9 carries for 133 yards so far for Eric Taylor, and a UA local 572 first down.
Not bad for a guy who's not listed first on the depth chart. Like we said, so many different weapons, and, you know, they have an embarrassment of riches here. And Eric Taylor has had himself one heck of a night so far in the first half.
Hewitt on the QB keeper. They've done less of this the last month because Hewitt battled a couple of injuries, one to his shoulder, one on his lower body as well. So much so that his reps were limited the last 3 games of the regular season.
Yeah, certainly want to allow him to heal up, and that they've done, and haven't seen a whole lot of design quarterback runs out of Oakland the last few weeks. But Coach Creasy telling us that he feels good and has been as healthy as he's probably going to get.
And off to Taylor again, and he breaks another! Eric Taylor taking over! 68 yards for an Oakland Patriot touchdown. Put him over 200 yards in the first half.
Well, this is just another play that's designed to hit between the tackles, and Taylor just bounces it to the outside. Maryville not able to keep contained on the perimeter and set that edge, and Taylor's off to the races. That's the one thing that you couldn't have happen if you're Maryville right there. You have to make Oakland earn everything they get, and that one was just too easy for Eric Taylor and company.
His second touchdown of the game. They've both been 60 yards or longer. Taylor makes the extra point. That's Jacob Taylor. No relation to Eric. The Taylor gang is out in full force here at Oakland High. 10 carries for 201 yards and 2 touchdowns already for Eric Taylor.
How am I going to get to work? My car's totaled.
Skylar, our team is making a call right now. We'll get you a rental car. Don't worry.
That's a relief.
Call us 24/7. We're here. We're going to help.
Nissan of Rivergate in Madison. New Nissans rolling in every day. The all-new Pathfinder, Rogues, Frontiers, Muranos, Rogue Sports, and Sentras. They go fast, so come early. Nissan of Rivergate in Madison, where your dollar always goes farther.
There is a crisis going on in our schools, plaguing every county and every district. Our Crisis in the Classroom series digs deeper into the issues crippling our schools to help find solutions. Watch Crisis in the Classroom on Fox 17 News.
Well, Bart, we chose your firm because you've been in Nashville for so long.
Over 40 years.
You helped my sister.
And we plan on being here at least 40 more years.
Call the law offices of Bart Durham today.
24-7 Oakland over Maryville. You're watching the Tennessee Army National Guard's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bart Durham Injury Law here on MyTV30. Let's take a break for financial literacy with U.S. Community Credit Union.
Have you ever had your debit card compromised? It's a scary feeling, and gas stations are one of the top places where card information and identities are stolen. To help protect yourself, consider using a credit card when pumping gas at the gas station. Don't have a credit card? No problem. Just select credit with your debit card when at the pump. Doing so gives you added security and protection and will help keep you and your identity safe.
The Financial Literacy Tip, brought to you by U.S. Community Credit Union.
Eric Taylor, the star of the show so far here at Oakland High tonight, getting hugs from his DB coach Marcus Bryson after a 4-played 80-yard scoring drive on our Volunteer State Community College scoring summary. 68-yard touchdown by that man, Eric Taylor, who had the toughest assignment in the state last year in Chattanooga on defense. He was locked on Summit senior quarterback Destin Wade. Destin Wade is 6'3", 220. Eric Taylor is 5'8", 178. He prevented him from running all night, and Oakland won their second straight state title. Now he's got 200 rushing yards on 10 carries. The man does it all.
Yeah, and of course, Mr. Wade's now at the University of Kentucky.
Go Cats.
And, Eric Taylor came into tonight with only 355 yards for the season running the football. 12 touchdowns, 11.1 a carry. How about 20 yards a carry tonight?
Taylor was the Region Athlete of the Year last year as a junior. Missed the first part of this season. Committed to Tennessee State football and Coach Eddie George back in the spring, but has since decommitted. Has offers from UT Chattanooga, Austin Peay, and expecting more from the FCS level. And maybe some FBS teams should be taking notice. He's probably a defender in college, but he's a dang good running back. Gage Ledoux, the touch for Maryville, is there. Down 17 now. Need to get something on this drive after missing a field goal last time.
Yeah, got to come away with points on this drive. Most likely this is the last time that the Maryville offense will have the football and possess it this half. And Coach Hunt's going to have to dial something up. Probably going to have to start taking some shots downfield, something they don't do a ton of, but going to have to take a few more chances and test the secondary of Oakland.
Probably not a shot here. The quarterback is on the split left end. Ledoux on the direct snap, and Oakland's all over it. If we know it's coming, they probably do too. Lost half a yard. Nathan Hepburn with the tackle.
Yeah, and that's the thing here. When you put Ledoux back there to take the direct snap, they've got the box stacked right here with 7 or 8 guys in the box, just nowhere to run right there. And you've got to start throwing the ball a little bit more down the field to loosen this defense up to where you can't have 7 or 8 guys in the box playing man coverage with only one safety in the middle of the field.
3rd and 6. Clemmer throws, incomplete. Clean play. No, a flag. Quintavious Lisenby in coverage, and the flag came well after the ball landed from the defensive backfield.
Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 seconds after the ball landed right there. We're going to get Oakland for pass interference. They've gone to Jax Kirby. You see right there the big 6'5" target on the outside a few times.
That was a pass. Pass interference defense. Number 24. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot results in first down.
Let's take another look at it right here. It's going to be on the left side of your screen. And I'm not so sure about that, where he may have hooked him right there with the backhand as he came in. But official was right on top of it. He said he got there early. It's a first down for Maryville.
It's another UA local 572 first down. Here goes Gage Ledoux getting through some contact, but not much further. Hit hard by Jarrell Franklin, the senior hard hitter who also plays the piano. One of the best on Oakland's defense.
Yeah, this Oakland defense so dangerous when they are able to pin their ears back, come off the edge, and send 7 guys. That time it was linebacker Jarrell Franklin who really filled that one very nicely.
It's a loss of 1. They'll throw on second down, and a nice catch by Jax Kirby. Jeremiah Collins had him blanketed, but no problem for a gain of 11 and a Maryville first down.
Yeah, that was a tight window to fit that ball in right there. You get another quick look at it right there. Kirby does such a nice job of keeping his body between the defender and the football, and really shields that football with that big frame.
Clemmer under pressure, lets it fly deep, and it's picked by Quintavious Lisenby. Oakland football with a 17-point lead.
Yeah, Clemmer takes the shot in man coverage right out there and underthrows his big receiver. That one you've either got to throw out of bounds or let your 6'5" receiver go up and get the football. The only thing you can't do if you're Clemmer right there is underthrow it, and he did. And that secondary for Oakland will make you pay. They're just too good.
Patriots start at their own 22-yard line with 1:43 till halftime. So the pick by senior Quintavious Lisenby. A handoff and a huge run for Tamari Hill. T.T. Hill, the speed demon, to the house. 78 yards, and Oakland's running away with this one.
Yeah, Oakland's able to do anything they want. This is just a speed sweep to the outside. Nice reach blocks by the offensive line, the perimeter blockers. They get some good hook blocks right there. And whether they're going inside with Taylor or outside right there with Tamari Hill, everything's firing on all cylinders for Oakland, and everything's working.
Jacob Taylor makes the extra point, and it is 31-7 Oakland. How about 3 rushing touchdowns of 65 yards or longer? And take a look at Tamari Hill's cleats that he's wearing tonight. He is the self-proclaimed speed demon, and he got these custom-made in Oakland colors by one of his assistant coach's girlfriends. They're pretty fresh, and he is aptly named as the speed demon. Hill, just a sophomore, runs a 10.65 100-yard dash. He loves running track. He's taken over as a sophomore this year, and he said he's been watching film of Maryville since January. Well prepared for that moment.
Yeah, certainly is. And, you know, first of all, nice cleats. Those are, would you call them fresh? Is that what the kids are calling it, fresh?
I think fresh is good.
Those are pretty nice cleats, and I tell you what a performance by 2.5 right there. He used every bit of that 10.68 speed. I mean, he can flat out fly. When he hits the edge, nobody's touching him. And this has been an exciting Oakland offense to watch in this first half.
Taylor kicks a line drive that is almost returnable, but through DJ Gillen's hands and into the end zone for a touchback. Stay tuned for the UPS Store halftime report. We'll have participating school principal interviews, first half highlights, and great plays from across the country during the 2022 Friday Night Rivals season. The UPS Store is your printing, packing, and shipping solution. A rare in-game smile from your man Kevin Creasy, Josh.
I was just thinking the same thing. My man Kevin Creasy is strictly business when the clock is running, and he's got to feel good about his team and the way they've come out and performed in all 3 phases of the game so far in this first half. I guarantee you he'll tell you, hey, it's a 2-half game. We've got 24 more minutes. But he's got to be very pleased with this performance so far by his football team.
His boys have lost just 1 game in the last 3 seasons. They're the back-to-back state champions. Let's go down to Sammy for more on Kevin Creasy.
Guys, you said that he's smiling, and he ran over to his team and said, I'm proud of you guys. Keep gassing them. Do not let up. And just kept telling his guys how proud of them that he is.
Kevin Creasy said after their practice yesterday on Thanksgiving morning that no one has ever lost on this turf. They put it down here in 2019. They have not lost a home game since then. They've only lost 2 games in total since then. One of them was a state semifinal at Maryville 3 years ago. The other at CPA in this regular season. They're trying to become the first ever three-peat state champion in Tennessee.
Yeah, and, you know, this Oakland team, I mean, they in the Creasy era, they've won 66 in a row at home. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Undefeated on the turf, but undefeated in this home stadium since 2015.
Scored 24 unanswered points after it was tied 7-7. Screen and go on 3rd and 8, and Maryville will get the first down, but there's a flag on the play. Gage Ledoux is off and running, but will it count? He's marked down at the Maryville 49-yard line, but there may have been an illegal block in the early going.
About the play recognition of the nose guard, Ian Owens, coming flat down the line of scrimmage and sniffing that out. He was he was outside right there running with the running back, waving the flag off. And it's a big gainer for Ledoux, but just so impressive. I mean, even the nose guard's a speed demon.
They have picked up the flag. No penalty. 26-yard gain, make it 27 to midfield as they respot the football. Maryville has it with 2 timeouts and the clock running under 45. It will be Maryville ball to start the second half. Clemmer throws, caught by Kirby. Another catch for Jax Kirby, who's been their go-to guy down the stretch. It's good for another UA Local 572 first down. 11 yards and a Maryville timeout.
Yeah, just a little hitch route right here, just turning around. And we've seen it a few times on the slants, the hitches, just those safe and high percentage throws right there. Kirby's been the star of this passing game so far in the first half for the Rebels.
Maryville this season is 10-3 overall. Lost 3 games in a 6-week span. They hadn't lost 3 games in a season since 2000, before any of these players were born. And they lost to some great teams. They lost to Alcoa and Knox West, who are both playing in different classes semifinals this weekend. And then they lost to Cleveland. Their only region loss to a team that ended up missing the playoffs entirely. But their head coach, Derek Hunt, said they didn't listen to critics. They didn't listen to media reports that Maryville's run was over. People left them for dead, Coach Hunt thought. Here they are, still kicking.
Yeah, and he certainly doesn't mind playing that underdog role, but what you've got to understand is outside of your region games, no one in East Tennessee will probably play Maryville. I mean, they have to play Alcoa. They play Science Hill out of region, Knoxville West out of region. All of those teams either still playing or made very deep runs, so a really tough out-of-region schedule for Maryville this year.
First down at the Oakland 39. Pass is broken up. Nice play by Mason Bell.
Great coverage right there by Mason Bell. He's the free safety.
There's Noah Vaughn, Maryville's star running back and Tennessee Titans Mr. Football finalist. Broke his leg in the second to last game of the regular season. They have missed him these playoffs.
Certainly have. And those winners in each of the 9 classes and the kicker of the year will be announced at Nissan Stadium on December 7th.
Clemmer shovel pass to Ledoux. Won't take him far. Maybe a yard or 2, and shoved into the Oakland sideline with 21 seconds till halftime. No gain on the play. Ledoux has done a great job stepping in for Vaughn, who is committed to the University of Virginia. Sadly, his next snap will not come until he's in college, but the good news is the Hoos will open up in Nashville next year at Nissan Stadium against the Tennessee Vols this September. That'll be a lot of fun, especially if he wins Mr. Football there in December, to head on back for a college game in his college debut. 3rd and 10 for Maryville. Listen to the noise here at Oakland High. Clemmer pressured and sacked. Corey Smith takes him down for Oakland. And what a way to go into halftime for the Patriots.
Corey Smith from his jack linebacker position. That's just the outside edge linebacker right there. And they'll throw a lot of different blitz packages at you. Just pin their ears back and come. Corey Smith offers from UK and Memphis. 7 sacks this year. That's number 8. That was a big one.
Big sack by the junior, wearing those Kentucky gloves to the tune of that offer. And apparently Maryville got a timeout in here. The clock hit zeros, and Oakland had, at least in part, left the field, but they want one more shot on 4th down, and very, very long from on the wrong side of midfield. It'll be 4th and 24. Looks like at their own 47.
See if Coach Hunt wants an opportunity here to pitch one down to the end zone. They're going to have to throw it 53 yards to get it down there, and probably going to be under a lot of pressure with the Patriots bringing 4 or 5 coming on this 4th down play.
Coach Derek Hunt, former Maryville quarterback in his own right, graduated in 2007, 13th year on the staff, 6th as the head coach. Took over for his high school head coach, George Quarles, who left to go to the college ranks, originally to Furman as their co-offensive coordinator. Coach Quarles is now the head coach at East Tennessee State. Oakland will go in the prevent defense on the final play of the first half. And now a timeout from the Oakland sideline, now that they get their look. What'd you see there from the Maryville setup, Josh?
Well, they're going trips receivers to the field side. That's the wide side of the field. Didn't have anybody over here to the boundary side. And looks like Oakland was going to go back in a prevent defense and rush 2 guys off the edge and just get everybody back to see if they can bat this ball down.
He's Josh Corey. I'm Max Hers. Sammy Kincaid on the sidelines. Our great crew one last time here on MyTV30 Friday Night Rivals. The state championship games will all be on MyTV30, as they usually are. They're just produced by a different entity than us. Josh and I will be popping up in some of those games. How many games are you announcing, Josh?
I am doing Class 3A Friday morning and Class 5A Friday evening.
Nice.
With Mike Keith.
Oh, he's about to yell sack, so MF loud. Get excited. I will be calling the 6A game, which one of these teams will be in, with the greatest quarterback in Cleveland Browns history, Mr. Kelly Holcomb.
Kelly Holcomb, the former Riverdale offensive coordinator.
You think he schemed up Oakland a time or two? Not easy to do. It'll be either Beach or Bartlett against the winner of this game next Saturday night. Maryville looking for some points before half. Clemmer just throws it away. A whole lot of build-up for nothing. Clemmer throws his hands up in frustration. It's been that kind of half for Maryville. 31-7, Oakland leads at the break with 3 rushing touchdowns of 65 yards or longer, plus a 99-yard kick return touchdown. Let's go down to Sammy Kincaid and the Josh Houston and Associates Coach's Corner with Oakland's Kevin Creasy.
Coach, you had a lot of really big explosive plays, an interception and a blocked field goal as well, a lot of big momentum plays. How do you keep that momentum rolling into the second half?
Yeah, you know, a lot of credit to our coaches. Our kids are playing hard. They always play hard. And tonight they've stepped it up a notch, even impressed me. Just got to keep doing it in all 3 phases of the game. You know, I think it was real big. Special teams so far has been really big for us. Blocked field goal was huge. Kickoff return, huge. Got to limit their big plays and got to get off the field on 3rd down.
And your big thing going in tonight was defend our turf. What will be key into doing that in the second half?
Well, you know, it's our seniors' last time to play on this home field of ours. And, you know, I think you just got to keep playing 24 more minutes as hard as you can.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Coach Creasy. That is the Josh Houston and Associates Coach's Corner, a one-source Scholastic product experience. Oakland leads Maryville 31-7 at halftime. The UPS Store halftime report.
You want to go double or nothing?
I think we should.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You bet your life.
Nice job.
You Bet Your Life, Monday at 4 on MyTV30.
Oversharing can be startling.
I go to sleep with you every night.
It can be a bit much.
Name something your pet does more often than your partner does. Lick you. This Family Feud after dark.
Weekdays at 5, 5:30, and 6:30 on MyTV30. Watch the 2022 Blue Cross Bowl, December 1st through December 3rd on MyTV30.
Nissan of Rivergate in Madison. New Nissans rolling in every day. The all-new Pathfinder, Rogues, Frontiers, Muranos, Rogue Sports, and Sentras. They go fast, so come early. Nissan of Rivergate in Madison, where your dollar always goes farther.
U.S. Community Credit Union is a local financial institution dedicated to investing in the future of the next generation. Through partnerships with area high schools, students work for the credit union and learn valuable on-the-job skills, helping them prepare for the next phase of their life.
Thank you for helping me be prepared.
Thank you for caring about my future.
Thank you, U.S. Community Credit Union.
U.S. Community Credit Union, because your future matters.
Over the years, people have asked me, how did your firm get so big? The answer is simple. We won a lot. In this business, you grow by winning. As America's largest injury law firm, we have more lawyers than any other injury firm. Morgan & Morgan.
We're joined with Rackley Roofing, who is kind enough to be a sponsor of Friday Night Rivals, and I'm joined with COO Michelle Boykin. Michelle, how are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
Great. So every company is found on core values. Can you elaborate on what y'all's core values are?
I can. So we have 6 core values. Those are humble, hungry, smart, innovative, accountable, and customer focused. I can go into detail for each one of those, but basically we do everything by those. We hire, we fire, we promote, we encourage. Everything is by those core values.
And values play a big role in the business, but also in families. How do you see those values playing a big role in your day-to-day business?
I think that they're an integral part of day-to-day business. Take accountable, for instance. You want to be accountable to come to work on time, just like you want to be accountable to get your kid to school on time. So the core values should just really correlate with everything that you're doing in your life.
And how do you attribute your incredible growth over the years?
Our culture. Our culture is really what's given us our growth. We are a family, we are a team, and we work together, and that's really important to us.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining me, and thank you to Rackley Roofing for being a sponsor of Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching the UPS Store Halftime Report. The UPS Store, your printing, packing, and shipping solution.
Welcome to the WKU Educator Spotlight. I have Maryville's principal, Miss Heather Hilton, with me. And how are you doing tonight?
Oh, gosh, what a great night for football. Glad to be here. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. And you've been there for a few years now. So what have you learned being principal at Maryville?
I have to say, I think that Maryville's the best place to be. I can't imagine being anywhere else. I've worked at a bunch of different schools in a couple of different states, but my heart is here. The thing I love most about Maryville is the community. We have the most amazing fans, but greater than that, the most amazing parents and people who support our school and our district and our community, and you can't ask for better than that.
And I used to work in Knoxville in local TV, and it's a school that I covered for a long time. There's a lot of success. What does it mean to you to be able to be at a school that has a storied program like that?
I tell you, it's just pride. Pride in the kids that you get to work with every day, pride in just how much people love what happens, and the seriousness that they take in wanting to be the best they can possibly be because they want to do that for their school and their community. And I think that's true both in the classroom and on the field, but I would say it's across all of our programs, music, dance, you name it, and we're pushing to be the best that we can possibly be, and our kids live up to that every single day.
And they're doing it in the classroom and on the field. So can you talk about that just a little bit more?
Gosh, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm not the smartest person in the room. We have some incredibly talented kids, book smarts and just street smarts, and really looking for bright futures, and grateful to be kind of their launching point, and hope that they go out in the world and become great humans that we know they can be.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this week's WKU Educator Spotlight. Right after this break, we'll be back with more. Stick with us.
This week's Friday Night Rivals Educator Spotlight is presented by Western Kentucky University. Climb higher at Western Kentucky University.
Free is our favorite word, like buy one, get one free.
2 treadmills.
At Morgan & Morgan, our fee is free. You don't pay anything unless we win your case. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Let's go!
We're the packing and shipping store, the printing store. We're everything your small business needs to make it everything it should be. The one-stop, secret weapon to make a lot of noise and be unstoppable store, the UPS store.
Steel Technologies is hiring for their Smyrna and Murfreesboro facilities. We're on the lookout for stamping, machine, crane, and forklift operators, supervisors, and teammates to work in shipping and receiving. All shifts are available, and you can make up to $28 per hour. Working with Steel Technologies, you get monthly bonus opportunities, health savings accounts, medical, dental, and vision insurance, safety incentive programs, and opportunities for advancement. Scan the code below or go to steeltechnologies.com/careers to start your application today.
Grandpa, are you finally going to let me drive?
I trust her, Dad. Let her drive. Call Tennessee Home Buyers and trust our family to put you in the driver's seat of selling your house. Close when you want, move when you're ready. You're in control.
I'm in control.
Call us today.
Sell your house the easy way. Call 299 cash today.
This is what it's like in the National Guard. Did I mention it was part-time? I give them my time, they pay for my education. What are you doing today?
You're watching the UPS Store Halftime Report. The UPS Store, your printing, packing, and shipping solution.
Welcome back for the WKU Educator Spotlight, and I have with me the Oakland principal, Mr. John Marshall. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great.
We've seen you a few times this season. You're getting to host Friday Night Rivals. How does it feel to be hosting in the semis?
Anytime you're in the semifinal games, it's a wonderful experience. It's great for our community, our schools, and we're fortunate it's the ninth time to be able to do that with Maryville, who's been a great school in this rivalry back and forth. Everyone expects us to be in the semifinals with them, and we're fortunate with our coaching staff, our student athletes, and all the work they put in to get us to this point. So we're really blessed to be here.
And it's 9 years that you guys have gone back and forth for that state title. So what does it mean to you whenever you're here in this week playing against them? What does that mean to you? What does that signify?
Well, it means a lot. I've been here for all of them and plus some, so I know what it's like to not be preparing during Thanksgiving week, and it's become a tradition for our school and our program for those student athletes to be involved in football still at Thanksgiving week. We don't take it for granted, and it's something that we cherish each and every time we're in that rivalry, and in this week especially. So it's really a special time for us. I'm excited. I've seen a lot of good football come out of the semifinal games, and I expect that to continue tonight. Maryville has a long tradition just like we do, and they've come to play too, and we're going to have a good second half.
And we were just talking before this. There's a lot of fans for Thanksgiving break. How proud are you of your fans coming out tonight?
Well, it takes everybody, and like I said, we know our community is proud of our student athletes and our school, and for us to be such a unique program in regards to how long we've been doing this, and so we're always thankful everyone can come out on a holiday break, bring some extra family, and help participate here and support our program.
Well, thank you for joining me tonight, and that is the WKU Educator Spotlight. Right after this, we'll have a whole lot more for you. Stay with us.
This week's Friday Night Rivals Educator Spotlight is presented by Western Kentucky University. Climb higher at Western Kentucky University.
How am I going to get to work? My car's totaled.
Skylar, our team is making a call right now. We'll get you a rental car. Don't worry.
That's a relief.
Call us 24/7. We're here. We're going to help.
WKU is home for big dreamers, for those who shape the future, who set their sights high, accept challenges, fuel their passions, for those with a desire to create a better tomorrow. You don't come here to prepare for one thing. You come here to prepare for everything. You belong on this hill, where we engage, learn, grow, and celebrate together. Climb with us at Western Kentucky University.
the Rooms to Go holiday mattress sale ends Cyber Monday. Time to sleep better and save big on this very special offer. Choose any size mattress from 2 great brands and pay one low price, just $595. That's twin, full, queen, even king size. Choose this Serta Perfect Sleeper or this Sealy Posturepedic mattress. Any size, one price, $595. Plus, check out all our other great mattress sale buys in store. Hurry, the Rooms to Go holiday mattress sale ends Cyber Monday.
Well, Bart, we chose your firm because you've been in Nashville for so long.
Over 40 years.
You helped my sister.
And we plan on being here at least 40 more years.
Call the law offices of Bart Durham today.
UPS Store Halftime Report. The UPS Store, your printing, packing, and shipping solution.
Oakland looking to reach their 3rd straight state championship game. They are a win and a half away from their 3rd straight state title in Class 6A as they lead Maryville High School 31-7 at halftime here on the Tennessee Army National Guard's Friday Night Rivals. Presented by Bart Durham Injury Law here on MyTV30. I want to thank you all so much for joining us tonight, whether you're watching on MyTV30 in the Middle Tennessee area, on the NFHS network nationwide, and a big shout out to all our friends back in Maryville as well who are watching us this evening. One of the best fan bases in the state. Always special to have them locked in with us. My name's Max Hers, alongside former Florida Gator center and former head coach at Fletcher High School in Jacksonville, Florida, Mr. Josh Corey. Let's take a look at our first half highlights, Josh. A whole lot of explosion for Oakland. They had 4 touchdowns. All of them were 65 yards or longer. Here's what went well for Maryville. They were able to involve sophomore running back Price Davis in the offense quite a bit. Had a couple of receptions. That one went for 19 yards at a Maryville first down. Gage Ledoux, the star of the show, all playoffs long, had their touchdown. 34 yards for the score. That made it 7-7, 5 minutes into the first quarter. But unfortunately for Maryville, was their last scoring of the half. Ledoux at the break, 19 rushes for 104 yards and a touchdown. His 4th straight 100-yard game, and 4 games filling in as the starter for the injured Noah Vaughn. For Oakland, it started right from the jump. Jeremiah Collins took the opening kickoff 99 yards for a game-opening Oakland Patriot touchdown. Collins, the 3-star athlete, previously committed to Louisville, now has opened up his recruitment with an explosive play to get the night started. It was 10-7 Oakland when Eric Taylor did this. 83-yard touchdown run on the first play of the drive after a Maryville punt to put Oakland ahead 17-7 early in the second quarter. And then he went and did it again. 68 yards. Came right after Oakland blocked a field goal try that would have made it 17-10. It's a 10-point swing to make it 24-7 Oakland. And a big pick by the Pat defense. Senior corner Quintavious Lisenby. The only turnover of the half gave Oakland the football back, and on the first play of that drive, Tamari Hill took his turn. Hill made it 31-7 with a 78-yard touchdown. All 4 Oakland touchdowns were 65 yards or longer. In the first half, they ran the ball for 304 yards, did not complete a single pass. They only threw 1, Josh, and had 17.8 yards per run.
Yeah, and when you rush for 304 yards and a half, you don't need to throw the football. It's been a dominant performance by the Oakland Patriots in all 3 phases of the game, whether it's been on defense with the pressure and the turnover, or on special teams with the kickoff return and the blocked field goal, or on offense in that powerful running game. What a performance for Coach Kevin Creasy and the Oakland Patriots the first 24 minutes of this football game.
Your halftime score, Oakland 31, Maryville 7 here in the 6A state semifinals. With our 2022 season coming to a close here on MyTV30, let's take a look at some outstanding Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals game highlights from across the country and all 35 of the cities that do what we do every week. Here's just a few of the best from 2022.
Possibilities. Just bring the coach's water. Deep pass down the sideline. What a catch if that stands. If he caught
that, he did.
It did. One-handed catch for Cannon Jensen.
Stevens
With daylight for a moment. He wasn't down. He wasn't down. He's still running. Shoulder roll, and White goes up top and overshoots. And what a catch. Oh, my goodness. Give that man. They're going to flag him for spiking the ball. But what a catch.
Taken by the Titans at the 20-yard line with some room out to the right side. There he goes across midfield to the 40, down to the 30. He's not going to be caught.
Let's take a look at our player of the game tonight. This man did it in all three phases for MJ. Dearius Morton had a pick, a rushing touchdown, and a blocked field goal touchdown.
Yeah, just an outstanding effort by Morton tonight. He just had an unbelievable game.
Going to go for it right here. Going to go up high, and that's going to be picked off. And a huge play there. It's clarity.
Play action.
Seibert able to avoid the sack by some time. Now throws across his body to a wide open Caden Bates. No flag on the play.
A new kind of superfood? Hardee's new Super Bacon Biscuit has twice the bacon and is available till noon on the weekends.
The universe provides.
Bite into the new Super Bacon Biscuit, only at Hardee's.
Are you part of a winning team? The Tennessee Titans are one of only 2 NFL teams with a winning record 6 years in a row.
Did you know there are more than 50,000 roofing companies? But there's only one, Rackley Roofing. Some call us the Titan of the roofing industry.
As far as our winning record, we're undefeated.
If you want to be part of a winning team, call Rackley today.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Rackley Roofing, the official roofer of the Tennessee Titans.
U.S. Community Credit Union is a local financial institution dedicated to investing in the future of the next generation. Through partnerships with area high schools, students work for the credit union and learn valuable on-the-job skills, helping them prepare for the next phase of their life.
Thank you for helping me be prepared.
Thank you for caring about my future.
Thank you, U.S. Community Credit Union.
U.S. Community Credit Union, because your future matters.
Nissan of Rivergate in Madison. New Nissans rolling in every day. The all-new Pathfinder, Rogues, Frontiers, Muranos, Rogue Sports, and Sentras. They go fast, so come early. Nissan of Rivergate in Madison, where your dollar always goes farther.
Free is our favorite word, like buy one, get one free.
2 treadmills.
At Morgan & Morgan, our fee is free. You don't pay anything unless we win your case. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Let's go! Big news. We're all morning people now. Nope, you're not less lazy. Hardee's now serves super sausage biscuits anytime before noon on weekends.
What?
Again?
Bite into the new, meaty Super Sausage Biscuit, only at Hardee's.
Start of the second half here in Murfreesboro on the Tennessee Army National Guard's MyTV30 Friday Night Rivals. Presented by Bart Durham Injury Law in the Class 6A state semifinals. Oakland leads Maryville 31-7 at the break. Sammy Kincaid is in the Josh Houston and Associates Coaches Corner with Maryville head coach Derek Hunt.
Coach, a couple of really big explosive plays there to end the first half. What was your message to your team to really stop some of those big runs?
Yeah, we've got to make some adjustments. Obviously, they're really good, though. I mean, they've had a good plan. There's no doubt about that. Thought they did a good job on offense. We've got to make some adjustments in the second half, try to get off the field. Offensively, I think we're moving the football on them. You know, we came out with that touchdown the first drive of the game and have moved the ball since through an interception, got the ball down there and took a sack. That was tough, and then missed a field goal down there. I mean, so we have moved the ball to their side of the field. It's been methodical. Their defense is really good, so they do a great job. But giving up that kickoff to start the game was not fun. I mean, you give them one right there. You don't want to play behind against Oakland. They're so good. You can't do that. So, I mean, we're going to come out and fight. Second half, that was the message at halftime. Come out and fight. Our goal is to try to get it 31-14 because that's all we can control right now.
And you were telling your team during, hey, just play your assignments, play your game, do your job. What is kind of the message does the message stay the same whenever you're coming in 31-7 right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, the worst thing you can do is, because you're playing Oakland, change everything that you do. You know, what got us here was running the football and playing great defense. And right now, we can't get off the field. And like I said, they've had a good plan to start the game off. So we've got to adjust, and hopefully we can get a score right here and a stop, and just you never know.
Thank you. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Coach Hunt. That is our Josh Houston and Associates Coach's Corner. A one-source Scholastic product experience. Maryville trails 31-7 at halftime. And, Josh, it is time for our most prestigious set of awards every year here on MyTV30. The second annual FNR All-Name Team. And, boy, did we have some good ones this year. We'll go one by one, Josh.
Yeah,
our undisputed name champion, Beach quarterback, Justice Law. What a name!
Yeah, I've just been waiting for this all season. I'm just kind of in awe right now, so I'm going to let you go with it.
Our second man on the list, who is our director Travis Porterfield's favorite, the mononym Flair from Springfield High School. His real first name is Kamarian, but he just goes by Flair, so he's like a Brazilian soccer player. So big shout out to Flair. Another great one, freshman making the squad, Tommy Knight Wilson. Throw that Tommy right on out of there. He's a Knight with a K, and his Page Patriots are playing in the 5A state semis tonight up in Henry County. Josh Corey's favorite this year, Waverly linebacker. You know you're a hard hitter when your name's Johnny Hurt.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a linebacker that plays for the Waverly Tigers, and his name's Johnny Hurt. I mean, that he was born to do that. Just what an incredible name for a linebacker.
And, of course, our two returning members of the team, two of our favorite people in Tennessee high school football, officials Bubba Victory and Bam Wins, who we got together on an officiating crew this year for the best game we've ever had.
Yeah, got a photo with them and everything, and I really like that this team is open to referees as well. We have a referee shortage across this state, and it's good to have some of these guys represented on your team as well right here. And, hey, if you like high school football and you've got some free Friday nights, go be an official, and you, too, may be eligible to get on this all-name team for FNR.
Perhaps apply to be an official under assumed names. It could happen. Let's go down to Sammy Kincaid for our Bart Durham halftime injury update.
Hey, guys, happy to report there's no injuries to add to the Bart Durham injury report. It's the same as the beginning of the game. For Oakland, you have junior DB Steven Ellison out with a concussion, and also starting O-lineman Jake Riggs, who is also out. He broke his leg earlier in the season. Also, tonight, Bronson Crisp is out with a shoulder injury. For Maryville, you have senior wide receiver Noah Vaughn, who is a big piece of that will be missing tonight. Junior tight end Eli Elkins, who's out with a knee injury, as well as linebacker Sam Young out with a knee injury.
Sammy, and of those two guys, of all those guys, want to give a big shout out to Steven Ellison from Oakland, who has had a really severe concussion throughout the fall and concussion symptoms. Glad to see him here on the sideline tonight. He's been unable to come to school for even some of the beginning of the fall, so we know he is on the road to recovery, and we hope to see him back on the football field as a senior next fall here for Oakland High. And some good news, Bronson Crisp, sophomore starting cornerback for Oakland, who's been out the last month with a shoulder injury, could potentially return next week for the state title game if Oakland holds on and wins here today. Maryville will start with the football. They've got a lot of work to do. They've shown the ability to throw it, though. Clemmer's had a good game outside of the pick.
Yeah, certainly has, but they have got to do some things that are unexpected. When it's a rundown, they've got to throw the football. They've got to do something to keep this Oakland defense at bay.
How about throwing on the first play of the half, but Oakland snuffed it out and forced an incompletion. Pressure in the backfield by Ethan Burrell. Head coach Derek Hunt said this week that if you wait till halftime to adjust against Oakland, you've probably waited too long. Well, they find themselves down big here. Have they waited too long, or is there a chance to come back?
Well, Coach Hunt has a very good coaching staff, and this is a well-coached football team. But, when you're down 24 points right here to open the second half, you can still play your game, but you've got to take some more chances than you might normally take. And they're going to have to hit them with a real run-pass balance. And they've really just got to find that rhythm on offense and do a little bit of the unexpected.
First carry for Gage Ledoux this half. There his first half numbers, already over 100 yards.
I think if you told Derek Hunt that, hey, Gage Ledoux's going to go to the locker room with 104 yards, I think he would feel pretty good about their chances. I don't think he would ever think that they'd be down 31-7, but Ledoux has had a nice first half offensively from Maryville.
They've moved the ball, just haven't finished. Had a field goal blocked in the first half and also threw a pick in plus territory. 3rd and 6. They'll run with Ledoux. He's not going to get it. Decision time on 4th and 1. Do you think about going for it here, Josh, if you're Maryville?
Well, if we don't see the punt team, and you know, it's certainly manageable at 4th and 1, and I mean, there is snow next week, and so you know, you've got to come out with something here to get your offense going. You've got to make a statement. You've got to do it on this drive. So I agree with Coach Hunt. I'm going for it right here.
The quarterback, Clemmer, not on the field. Ledoux ready to field the direct snap. Jonah Arms motions. Ledoux, student body right. Oakland gets him. Flag coming in, and Oakland stops him on 4th down. We'll await the penalty to know for sure.
We have a flag on the play.
It's on Maryville. Oakland forces the turnover on downs.
Holding against Maryville.
Take another look right here. This all starts with penetration in the backfield right there. We talked about this excellent.
32 to offense. That penalty is clown. Result of the play. First down.
We talked about this excellent linebacking core. That time it was led by Nathan Hepburn. He was in the backfield and got Ledoux stopped before he even had a chance to get started.
So Oakland takes over at the Maryville 28 after the 4th down stop. Handoff as Hewitt stumbles after getting rid of the football. Good work by the Maryville front to limit Oakland's first play to a gain of just 1 to start the second half. On a handoff to C.J. Puckett. First touch of the night for the fullback who leads the Patriots in rushing.
Yeah, that just shows you how versatile this offense is, Max. When you're leading rusher, that's his first touch of the night because Taylor and Hill and company have been doing the work. But great job by the defensive front 7 of Maryville getting in their run fits, keeping that gap integrity.
And off to Hill on the end around. Tamari Hill inside the 10 and down around the 5. Tackled by Drew Wallace, who prevents a touchdown.
Yeah, Hill's so dangerous to the outside. A great job at the point of attack right there by his lead blockers. That's just textbook reach blocks by this offensive line, and even some of those skill guys getting out there. The thing about Oakland, when they hit that perimeter, they've got more hats than you do on the outside, and it's a pure numbers game, but a great effort for those blockers up front in red.
Hill now over 100 yards on just 3 carries tonight, headlined by a 78-yard touchdown. Push the pile on 1st and goal. Pick up maybe a yard or 2. Cade Hewitt keeps it.
Yeah, we haven't seen Hewitt run the football too often tonight, and Cade Hewitt's a big kid. I mean, they don't have heights and weight listed on this roster that we have, but I'd say he's every bit of 240.
He's the Josh Allen of Murfreesboro for a reason. There's an injured Maryville player in the end zone. It's one of their linebackers. It's Jacob Richmond, who was down momentarily. So he's up, but they'll send both teams back to the sidelines and then call him back. Looks like Jacob's okay. Senior inside linebacker, letting those locks flow out of the back of that Maryville helmet.
Yeah, Richmond, the second leading tackler on this Rebels defense. You see him pointing at his left shoulder there. The training staff's going to look at it. But one of the senior leaders here for the Rebels on defense.
2nd and 4 for Oakland. James in motion. It's a counter play and a handoff. Touchdown. Tamari Hill has his 2nd. And Oakland says run that clock. A 30-point lead on the first drive of the second half.
This is exactly right, a counter play. Good down blocks, good trap, good wrap on the linebacker right there. I'm impressed with your play recognition, knowing that was a counter play, Max. And Oakland's offense picks up right where they left off in the first half, scoring on their first possession, short field here to start the 3rd quarter. And this is now a 31-point lead for the Oakland Patriots.
Extra point is good, and the clock will run when we come back. Tamari Hill with his second touchdown of the game for Oakland, who leads big here in the state semis.
The Rooms to Go holiday mattress sale ends Cyber Monday. Time to sleep better and save big on this very special offer. Choose any size mattress from 2 great brands and pay one low price, just $595. That's twin, full, queen, even king size. Choose this Serta Perfect Sleeper or this Sealy Posturepedic mattress. Any size, one price, $595. Plus, check out all our other great mattress sale buys in store. Hurry, the Rooms to Go holiday mattress sale ends Cyber Monday.
We're joined with Rackley Roofing, who is kind enough to be a sponsor of Friday Night Rivals, and I'm joined with COO Michelle Boykin. Michelle, how are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
Great. So every company is found on core values. Can you elaborate on what y'all's core values are?
I can. So we have 6 core values. Those are humble, hungry, smart, innovative, accountable, and customer focused. I can go into detail for each one of those, but basically we do everything by those. We hire, we fire, we promote, we encourage. Everything is by those core values.
And values play a big role in the business, but also in families. How do you see those values playing a big role in your day-to-day business?
I think that they're an integral part of day-to-day business. Take accountable, for instance. You want to be accountable to come to work on time, just like you want to be accountable to get your kid to school on time. So the core values should just really correlate with everything that you're doing in your life.
And how do you attribute your incredible growth over the years?
Our culture. Our culture is really what's given us our growth. We are a family, we are a team, and we work together, and that's really important to us.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining me, and thank you to Rackley Roofing for being a sponsor of Friday Night Rivals.
Thank you, Sammy, and thank you to Rackley Roofing for their support of high school sports and our Scholar Athlete program. Full house here at Ray Hughes Stadium. Got to be at least 5,000 people here tonight. One of the tallest sets of bleachers we see, and it is filled on both sides. Folks on the home side representing Oakland are quite happy with their Pats. 38-7, and the clock will run unless Maryville can put some points on the board. Oakland has scored 31 unanswered since it was 7-7, 5 minutes in. And another touchback for Jacob Taylor, who's 3 for 3 kicking off. Our Volunteer State Community College scoring drive for Oakland's 5th touchdown, 4 of which have come on offense. They've all come on the ground. After a turnover on downs, didn't have far to go, Josh. Tamari Hill takes it home.
No, and you know, Maryville didn't have a choice but to go for that 4th and 1 right there. I know they had a short field to work with for Oakland on that scoring drive, but absolutely the right call by Derek Hunt, trying to make something happen. We talked about doing some things that normally you wouldn't do. And, of course, with the score being so lopsided, they had to take a chance there. And the Oakland defense stepped up again like they have time after time tonight.
Maryville starts on the ground and starts with a first down pickup by Gage Ledoux. Whole lot of hard work for a man who was growing up a running back. Played some fullback the last couple of years, and those fullback skills show off here.
Yeah, this is a nice job by the offensive line right there. A little wrap pull by number 50. Does a good job. That's Jay Adams, one of those big offensive linemen. He's a left guard wrapping around there.
Nothing doing for Ledoux this time. Taken down in the backfield by Oakland's Jarrell Franklin Jr.
Yeah, and that's been the story, is the penetration in the backfield. Jarrell Franklin doing a great job of penetrating right there from his Mike backer position.
Some scores involving Middle Tennessee teams. Henry County leads Page in the 5A semis in a close one. Beach leading Bartlett. That was 35-13 Beach. Bartlett has scored 2 unanswered touchdowns out in West Tennessee. Winner of that one plays the winner of this one a week from tomorrow in Chattanooga for the 6A state title. 2nd and 11 for Maryville High. Screen pass, incomplete. Huge hit in the backfield as Oakland broke right on through. That's Jeremiah Bunton.
Yeah, we talked about that internal clock right there for Matthew Klimmer, quarterback. This is coming from his backside, never even sees the pressure. And that's kind of been the story of the night for Klimmer in this Rebels offense.
Third and 11. Klemmer, incomplete. Jeremiah Collins with the hand in on Jax Kirby. It's 4th down and Maryville punts.
Hey, actually good protection right here. Oakland sending 6 there in man coverage right there. And just like, you know, they're so athletic back in the secondary, you know, whether it's, you know, Collins or Taylor or Bell or whoever it is, Collins, you know, they've just been in such tight coverage all night. They can go man coverage against you. They can bring the pressure, and just a great effort by this defense.
During the 4th quarter, we'll be highlighting the budget breaks stop of the game. It's one of our many candidates. Nice break up by Collins. Budget breaks, you could pay more, but why would you want to? Flag comes in as the punt gets downed in between the 25 and the 30 by Maryville. We will check the penalty, which came almost exactly halfway down the route of that punt. It's a personal foul against Oakland. Not a ton of penalties tonight. This will be Oakland's 4th accepted. Maryville has only committed 1 accepted penalty for just 5 yards.
Got the return. Got a personal foul. 33, the return team. That's after this is to the goal. 1st down, Oakland.
It'll be Oakland football when we come back with a 31-point lead in the 6A state semis. You're watching the Tennessee Army National Guard's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bart Durham Injury Law.
This is Tina. Tina's not what you'd call a sound sleeper. So Tina's husband, Tim, wants a new mattress. Haverty's wide selection of top brand mattresses and knowledgeable associates mean they can find a mattress that's right for them. We're there to help, but only if Tina and Tim want our help. And now save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, plus 0% interest, and a free gift up to $300. So Tina and Tim walk away even happier. And when Tina and Tim are happy, we're happy.
When you need a lawyer, big is not always better. It's like when you go to a large retail store, their prices may be lower, but the service is usually terrible. It's the same with big law firms. Just because they have a big advertising budget does not guarantee you good representation. I'm attorney Lavelle Glanton. I will work with you personally, and I'll guarantee that I will never settle your case early just to pay a big advertising bill.
Make sure you get the representation you deserve. Call the law office of Lavelle Glanton today.
You're watching the Tennessee Army National Guard's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bart Durham Injury Law on MyTV30. Max Hers with Josh Corey and Sammy Kincaid. It is 38-7 Oakland, and they've got plenty of candidates for our play of the game, presented by the Tennessee Army National Guard, coming up later. That's what happens when you score 4 touchdowns from 65 yards out or longer. So Mikey Welch is down there going through the film, picking our play of the game, which you will find out about in the 4th quarter. Just an all-around great night for this Oakland Patriot team. They've done so much in their dynasty so far, winning 3 straight championships, trying to make it 3 straight now. One thing they have not done. Coach Kevin Creasy told his team this week, you can be the first Oakland team to get there 3 years in a row, which they've never done. And once you're there, you'll be the first to win it 3 years in a row if you win it. Hand off to C.J. Puckett. Maybe a yard on the first touch of the Oakland drive that starts at their own 14 because of a personal foul penalty on the punt return team. Take a look at our scores involving Middle Tennessee teams. East Nashville is getting close to heading back to Chattanooga. Doesn't look like it's going to be for Giles County going up against the Alcoa Monster. Pearl Cone trailing Haywood and Jackson in the third quarter. Page leads Henry County as they look to get back in the 5A title game for the second straight year. Doing it on the road this time. And Beach leads Bartlett by 8 in the Memphis area in the fourth quarter. Winner of Beach and Bartlett will play the winner of this game a week from tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern in Chattanooga at UTC in downtown Chat. We remind all of you, as we did last year, the games are in Chattanooga. If you are coming from the Nashville area or somewhere else that lives in the Central Time Zone, the times that are listed for the games are in Eastern Time. Please do not show up an hour late. We want you there early.
Including the broadcasters.
Including the broadcasters, yes. Chad Withrow, wherever you are, please check your clocks. That seems like a mistake Withrow would make. 2nd and 13 for Oakland. Handoff to Mason Bell, his first carry of the game. He's had a kick return opportunity, but they get the senior Bell involved. One of their 5 regular running backs and one of 6 players in total, including the quarterback Hewitt, who has 200 or more rushing yards this year.
Yeah, it's just incredible. They have 9 players with a rushing touchdown. And, of course, when you've had some of the lopsided scores that Oakland has, you have the opportunity to get other guys get some run in there. And, this is probably the worst down and distance situation that Oakland's been in all night.
Big chance for Maryville to get off the field for the first time. They have not stopped Oakland's offense yet. Hewitt to throw. He's only got one man running a pattern, and he looks to James, incomplete. Khalil James went from defense to offense real quick as Hutton Jones broke it up.
Yeah, it's nice coverage by Hutton Jones right there. He was on an island by himself out there at corner. Does a nice job of coming in, and even Khalil James getting a little defensive right there, coming in, making sure that the defender, Hutton Jones, did not get an interception there.
Friday nights following Fox 17 News, be sure to tune in for Fox 17's FNR Football Frenzy for complete coverage of all the Mid-States high school football action. Fox 17's FNR Football Frenzy is presented by Wilson Bank and Trust, your community bank for 35 years, and the punt is blocked. The Oakland run is over. 2 points for Maryville. That will stop the running clock. Somebody tell the clock operator. There we go. It's 38-9.
Let's take another look at this right here. This is only the 10th punt of the season for Jacob Taylor. That comes down on a blocking situation right there where they get penetration. That's Jason Maneker, who's the defensive end for Maryville, comes in and blocks that kick.
Ball bounces straight out of the end zone for a Maryville safety as Maneker gets on through. Hey, you mentioned Oakland does not punt much. They've only punted twice in a game, once all season. That was their first punt of the night. Didn't go far. Their 10th punt here in game number 13. Or excuse me, number 14.
Yeah, Taylor averages 49 yards a kick, has a long punt of 75 yards.
We were there at Ravenwood. Went about 55 in the air, then rolled 20 more. That was a college-level punt by Oakland junior kicker Jacob Taylor, who was a Mr. Football Kicker of the Year semifinalist. He was in the top 5, but not in the top 3. This week he said, I think it's coming next year when I'm a senior. I'll wait my turn. But he also said he was looking at some of the numbers of some of the guys who got more votes than him, and it doesn't line up the way he would like, but he can wait till next year.
Maybe a little off-season motivation for the outstanding kicker for Murfreesboro.
Kickers need motivation, too. He'll kick off on the safety kick. A little competition to field it as Gage Ledoux runs it back, gets hit hard, and taken down. A couple of Patriots in there. Avery Hainsworth, Albert Hainsworth's son, with the initial contact. And then Trey Johnson gets the takedown. So Maryville gets 2 points in the football, and most importantly, Josh, stops the running clock. It's a 30-point margin or more runs the clock, and here we sit at 29 after the safety.
Yeah, that's a rare mistake by Oakland special teams. They've been stellar in the special teams game tonight, and I think the punter took a little bit too long getting that ball off, the blocking not holding up there in the elephant, the deep backs right there to take care of that, and it ends up getting blocked and resulting in a safety.
Screen pass to Cannon Johnson, who has his first catch of the game for Maryville. 10th catch of the year for the senior receiver. Let's see how much they give him here. The down marker went about 4 yards forward, but the ref spotting it only went 1 yard forward. So we'll average it out and call it a gain of 2. Maryville in the white, hitting the road. Their first season with 3 losses since 2000, before any of these players were born. They are 10-3. Oakland is 12-1 as these teams meet in the 9th consecutive year in the state semis. The Patriots get in the backfield once again. Nathan Hepburn with the stop on Ladue. During the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Bart Durham player of the game. Could be that man, Eric Taylor. Eric Taylor, by the way, Josh, is trying to get an offer from the Oregon Ducks. His teammate last year, Jordan James, originally committed to Georgia, flipped to Oregon after Dan Lanning became the head coach at U of O last winter. And he took Eric Taylor on his official visit with him before he flipped. Got to bring a teammate with him. Taylor got to meet the coaches. In the last couple of weeks, as Taylor's really, really perked up the stats, been playing well on offense, defense, and special teams. He said, I've been talking to Jordan, trying to get him to talk to one of their position coaches. Would be his first FBS offer, period, and it would be a high power 5. So it's a high aim, but he's in on it, and you see him rocking some Ole Miss football gloves, too.
Well, the only thing he's got to do to try to make that happen is to plug in the film from tonight, and that certainly will help his case. This entire game has been a huddle highlight reel for number 5. And he's just been sensational tonight.
He said the visit up in Eugene about a year ago now, 11 months ago now, was the most surreal experience of his life. The red carpet was rolled out, and it was rolled out for Jordan James, but they were equals on the visit in every way.
How about these kids having the confidence to go all the way to Oregon to college? I was scared to death to go 2 hours to Gainesville, and these kids are going to go all the way across the country. And I tell you what, he's been fun to watch, and I hope it happens for him.
He was originally committed to TSU, decommitted last month. Currently has offers from Austin Peay and UT Chat. Hoping some FBS schools get in on him as a safety or a nickelback. But he's got over 200 rushing yards in this game, too. Oakland took the timeout on defense. 3rd and 12 for Maryville. Matthew Clemmer takes off to run. He hasn't done it much this year, but he gets the first down. Falls right over the midfield stripe. It's a BMC Metalworks first down for Maryville, providing precision machining and fabrication services throughout the southeast area for over 45 years.
Yeah, feeling the pressure right there, tucks it and run. We'll work on the slide, Mr. Clemmer right there, but hey, it's good enough to pick up the first down. He knows exactly where the marker is right there, and that'll take us on into the 4th.
Oakland leads by 29. They are 12 minutes away from their 3rd straight state championship game. But Maryville's got something to say about it first.
I know what it's like to need a fighter in your corner. When I was a kid, my dad got hurt. Insurance company wouldn't pay. We lost our house. Then Dad got a lawyer, and we fought back. We made them pay. That experience made me a fighter. I know my clients. I know what they've been through. When you're hurt, you need a fighter in your corner. I'm Rocky McElhaney. If you're ready to fight back, call us.
Nissan of Rivergate in Madison. New Nissans rolling in every day. The all-new Pathfinder, Rogues, Frontiers, Muranos, Rogue Sports, and Sentras. They go fast, so come early. Nissan of Rivergate in Madison, where your dollar always goes farther.
After a car crash, the big insurance companies will try to downplay your case. They say things like, it's only a fender bender, or it's just a herniated disc. I worry that some law firms fall for this BS. Not us. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Steel Technologies is hiring for their Smyrna and Murfreesboro facilities. We're on the lookout for stamping, machine, crane, and forklift operators, supervisors, and teammates to work in shipping and receiving. All shifts are available, and you can make up to $28 per hour. Working with Steel Technologies, you get monthly bonus opportunities, health savings accounts, medical, dental, and vision insurance, safety incentive programs, and opportunities for advancement. Scan the code below or go to steeltechnologies.com/careers to start your application today.
The National Desk tracks the next weathermaker live across America now. I'm Jan Jeffcoat. Choose America's news now. Each weekday morning from the National Desk.
The National Desk, weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. on MyTV30. There's a detailed replica of this Greek attraction located in Nashville's Centennial Park. What is the Parthenon? Watch Jeopardy, weeknights at 6 on MyTV30.
The road to Chattanooga runs through Oakland High School. 38-9 Patriots over Maryville in the 6A state semis. You're watching the Tennessee Army National Guard's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bart Durham Injury Law. Max Harris, Josh Corey, and Sammy Kincaid with you. Once we're done tonight, tune 13 channels south for our friends at Fox 17 with FNR Football Frenzy for all the Nashville area high school football action and who will be playing in Chattanooga. Fox 17's FNR Football Frenzy with host Jill Jelnick is presented by Wilson Bank and Trust, your community bank for 35 years. Maryville football and an Oakland sack. The Oakland backers are having a night. Another one for Jarrell Franklin Jr.
Yeah, they certainly are. See Franklin Jr. come, and Ledoux just whiffs on that block right there and allows Franklin to come up with a big sack there on first down. That's a 9-yard loss, and everything going right for them. They've shown a ton of pressure, bunch of different looks, and when you give this defense an opportunity to pin their ears back and come, they're extremely dangerous, tough to stop.
Screen on 2nd and 19 to Price Davis, and he's blown up. Eric Taylor sits him down.
Taylor right here, all the way from his safety position, comes up, fills the alley, and puts Price on his back. That is a big-time play from a big-time player at safety right there.
Add it to the huddle reel that you're putting together for him,
yeah,
Josh.
I mean, that is the way to come up and fill the alley.
The only reason he doesn't have more offers is because of his size. He's an undersized safety at 5'8", 178, but man, can he play. Maryville throws. They're going to be close to the first down, setting up a 4th down and 2, and a sliding catch by Cannon Johnson.
It's a nice job by Johnson getting down to catch that football. Ball was right on his hip right there, and gives this offense an opportunity at a 4th down conversion here.
Are you part of a winning team? The Tennessee Titans are one of only 2 NFL teams with a winning record 6 years in a row.
Did you know there are more than 50,000 roofing companies? But there's only one Rackley Roofing. Some call us
A 31-0 Oakland run. It was 7-7. 38-7 pass. Here we go, 4th and 2. Handoff to Ledoux, and he gets the first down and a little bit more. Well, you could say Maryville is missing their stud, Noah Vaughn, and that's part of the reason they're down so big, but the running back position has been just as good. Gage Ledoux having a great game.
Yeah, Vaughn's a great running back, but this is the story of this Maryville program. You know you have a great football program when you have running backs like that who can step in and fill the next man up philosophy for this Maryville team, and Ledoux has done a great job tonight and through the playoffs as well.
He's a junior. He'll be your RB1 next fall, Rebel fans. Gets another handoff here and takes it outside. Gage Ledoux with another first down. Back-to-back first down carries. That's a UA local 572 first down for Maryville, the premier trainer of workers in all aspects of the piping, plumbing, welding, and HVAC industry.
Yeah, nothing doing on the inside right there. Bounces it to the outside. He's had some success outside, and you know, just great vision, great effort, and you know the whole group right here. They have not quit. They're still competing, and they're going to compete till those scoreboard reads 000.
Clemmer throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Maryville. Matthew Clemmer to Cannon Johnson for 6. It's a Tennessee home buyers touchdown. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee home buyers.
Yeah, decent protection, gets it off right there and just kind of drops it in the bucket right over the defender's shoulder right there for the touchdown. Like we said, they're still out here competing and getting after it, even though they were down 29. Now they're down 23.
You're going to go for 2 here. You're down 3 touchdowns and 2 twos, so you got to get them somehow. Direct snap and a trick play. It is blown up like crazy. Eric Taylor sits him down on the 2-point try. Poor Eli Koppel had no chance. Another big play by Eric Taylor. Snuffs out the backside handoff to keep 2 off the board. 38-15 Oakland.
Are you part of a winning team? The Tennessee Titans are one of only 2 NFL teams with a winning record 6 years in a row.
Did you know there are more than 50,000 roofing companies? But there's only one, Rackley Roofing. Some call us the Titan of the roofing industry.
As far as our winning record, we're undefeated.
If you want to be part of a winning team, call Rackley today.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Rackley Roofing, the official roofer of the Tennessee Titans.
Toyota-thon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota. Like Camry Hybrid, RAV4, Tundra, and more.
How did you...
Magic.
Nobody has more all-wheel drive vehicles than Toyota, like the aggressively sophisticated Highlander. Now save thousands in fuel costs on this electrified Highlander hybrid and get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Come in today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
All of us would like to take a moment to thank our wonderful sponsor partners. The Tennessee Army National Guard, Bart Durham Injury Law, Rackley Roofing, and UPS Stores, who through their contributions to the program make these games possible for you viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our great sponsor supporters for their contributions to our 2022 Friday Night Rivals telecast. BMC Metalworks, Local 572, Tennessee Homebuyers, Vol State Community College, Josh Houston and Associates, Budget Breaks, United States Marines, and U.S. Community Credit Union. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support.
Another great season broadcasting Friday night high school football here in Nashville. We were in 7 different counties this year, broadcast games involving teams from 10 different counties, with Maryville and Blount County being the 10th. So thankful to be able to go to the heart and soul of these communities every Friday night across Middle Tennessee and beyond and tell you about these great players and the coaches who support them and their families. Maryville going onside kick. Eric Taylor said, that's easy money. I'll keep that. So Oakland will start at their own 35 with a 23-point lead. Here's our Vol State Community College scoring summary for Maryville's first touchdown since the first quarter, Josh. 28 one-yard throw to Cannon Johnson.
Yeah, certainly, something they didn't have to go, very far down the field for that touchdown, 21 yards, but an impressive 60-yard drive for this offense that, just won't go away.
9:15 in the game as Oakland gets the football back. Cade Hewitt falls forward, and they're just going to try and kill some clock here, as their offense is built to do.
Yeah, and that's what you can expect to see right here. It's Cade Hewitt, Kevin Creasy, kind of grinding this clock down. Some of these
Nissan of Rivergate in Madison. New Nissans rolling in every day. The all-new Pathfinder, Rogues, Frontiers, Muranos, Rogue Sports, and Sentras. They go fast, so come early. Nissan of Rivergate in Madison, where your dollar always goes far.
WKU is home for big dreamers.
Jake Riggs out injured. Caden Mowell was in there at one point. Jackson Starr, Savion Sneed, Isaiah Kirk, and Kendrick Richardson have all gotten involved. For Kevin Creasy's crew, A lot of folks were saying this was supposed to be a down year for them. They lost a lot of their big-name guys who graduated after last year's second straight undefeated state championship. But here they are, about to be 13-1 if they hold on.
Yeah, and this is
Watch Fox 17 News anytime, anywhere on your favorite device with the Fox 17 News app. See top stories or watch live news.
To this football team, and the cupboard is stocked well here for the next 3 years.
3rd and short. This will be close. See where they spot the football. It'll be 4th down and maybe an inch. Cade Hewitt went straight up the gut. Oakland will keep the offense on the field on 4th down and maybe 2 blades of turf here at Oakland High. But first, we'll take 20 more seconds off the play clock with Cade Hewitt over on the sideline talking to Coach Creasy. On this pleasant night, we see some breath, but temperature in the mid-40s. It could have been much colder.
Gotta love the quarterback coming over to get the play from the sidelines. Very old school.
Hewitt under center on 4th and inches. Play clock's at 1. They're just trying to get him to jump. Timeout, Oakland. Time for our budget break stop of the game. Budget breaks, you could pay more, but why would you want to? It was field goal time for Maryville in the second quarter, and Jeremiah Collins said, not so fast. He got more than a paw on it to deflect that field goal way short and set up Oakland for another long touchdown on the first play of the ensuing drive.
Collins came way off the edge. He wasn't even lined up very tight for that stop of the game right there. But just another big play in the special teams for Oakland tonight, and that definitely was a big one earlier in this game.
They've been great in all 3 phases tonight, as per usual. And one other piece of this Oakland crew that's new defensive coordinator. Brought in Jeff Kent from out of state. When you're such a great team, you are going to lose your coordinators and assistants who get head jobs elsewhere. Oakland just keeps on chugging right through it.
The Creasy coaching tree grows.
4th and inches after the timeout. Whistle before the snap. It was going to be a QB sneak. And Oakland called another timeout.
Didn't pull the defender into the neutral zone with the hard count right there. Coach Creasy taking another timeout. But, I was talking before about bringing the quarterback all the way to the sideline to call the play. That's something you don't see a lot. Everybody's got, and I love it. First of all, let me tell you that you can hear my enthusiasm when in a day and age when you have all these guys on the sidelines with different colored shirts on and hats and all these pictures of all these different things. Just call over there, tell them to play, and let's go put the ball down and play some football.
He's Josh Corey, Mr. Old School, SEC champion with the Florida Gators. I'm Max Hurst, Sammy Kincaid on the field. Got to spend a whole lot of time with this Oakland team this year. And they've got a couple of players with some very cool family name stories. A couple of mama's boys on the Oakland offense, both of whom have had good games tonight. Sons with near identical names to their moms. Tamari Hill's mom is Tamaria, who is a special ed teacher here at Oakland High. And Khalil James shares a name with his mama, Khalila. 2 mama's boys through and through, and they admit it. Let's see if we get a snap this time. We do. It's Eric Taylor up the middle for a first down. I was really hoping Eric's mom's name was Erica to complete the mama's boy trio. It's not. But it was worth asking.
I mean, who else would you give that to on 4th and short right there but number 5? Great surge up front by that big offensive line who's just done an unbelievable job tonight owning the line of scrimmage. And another 4th down conversion for this offense.
So UA local 572, first down for Oakland. Taylor hitting the backfield, spins out of it, able to pick up 2. And a huge night for Eric Taylor. The real only drama left, unless Maryville can pull off an all-time comeback, which would be a whole lot of fun, but down 23 at this juncture with the clock running is unlikely. The big drama is, who's the winner of this game going to play? Beach leads Bartlett 43-39 after the Bucks score a touchdown and 2 with under 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So Bartlett came all the way back from 35-13 down.
5-yard penalty, still second down.
Bartlett came back from 35-13 down to lead 39-35. But Beach gets a touchdown and goes for 2 after a penalty to go up 4 and gets it. High-scoring game.
Yeah, and we've seen Beach 3 times this year. Did you ever think that you would see that many points scored?
Nissan of Rivergate in Madison. New Nissans rolling in every day. The all-new path.
Oakland and Beach trying to make it an all-Middle Tennessee final in 6A, and the scariest part of it all on the Beach side, they're going back down to 5A next year.
WKU is home for big dreamers.
Almost intercepted. Drew Wallace nearly had it. It'll be third down.
Yeah, this is the pressure off the edge right here for Maryville. Maneker's in there. Also, number 21 is in there. Well, that's Caleb Graham. And Kevin Creasy's not going to want his quarterback taking a shot like that.
Watch Fox 17 News anytime, anywhere on your favorite device with the Fox 17 News app. See top stories.
And, you know, Hewitt's a big, strong quarterback. He bounces up, and we've got a 3rd and 13 right here for Oakland.
Oakland is winning by 23, but has not completed a pass in the game. Only thrown 3, all incomplete. Whistles pre-snap.
Probably snap, delay game, offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Didn't get it off in time, and the game clock wasn't even running.
Yeah, and we haven't seen a whole lot of pressure from this Maryville front, especially back there in the cylinder where Cade Hewitt was throwing that football from. Of course, Oakland hadn't thrown the ball too often, but got some big-time pressure there, and then get the delay of game. Coach Creasy time to run off too much clock right there. They're going to get penalized 5 yards.
What is it like, Josh, game planning against a team like Oakland that you kind of have to expect 90% run, but when they throw, they're just as scary?
Yeah, certainly are, especially in that play-action passing game like right here.
Hewitt has no options. Just throws it away. Good pressure by Maryville. Jacob Richmond was in there, along with a couple others.
Yeah, and that's the thing when you are game planning for this offense. You know, you've got to do, you know, some different looks, and, you know, keep your gap integrity and that kind of thing, because they just have so many weapons that they can use, and there's no true keys. You know, they don't have a guy that's going to carry the ball 30 times a game, or receiver that they're going to go to, you know, 15 times a game. So this scoring stuff can come from anywhere.
Hewitt quick kicks with nobody back except an official. Gets a heck of a roll on the Oakland turf. Maryville will start inside their own 10-yard line. 5:14 to go, make it 5:13 in somebody's season. Oakland leads Maryville 38-15 in the state semis.
Nissan of Rivergate in Madison. New Nissans rolling in every day. The all-new Pathfinder, Rogues, Frontiers, Muranos, Rogue Sports, and Sentras. They go fast, so come early. Nissan of Rivergate in Madison, where your dollar always goes farther.
WKU is home for big dreamers. For those who shape the future, who set their sights high, accept challenges, fuel their passions. For those with a desire to create a better tomorrow. You don't come here to prepare for one thing. You come here to prepare for everything. You belong on this hill, where we engage, learn, grow, and celebrate together. Climb with us at Western Kentucky University.
Watch Fox 17 News anytime, anywhere on your favorite device with the Fox 17 News app. See top stories or watch live newscasts.
Tracking the economy tonight, dozens of homes.
Download the free Fox 17 News app.
Oakland is a little over 5 minutes away from their 3rd straight state championship game. Maryville getting the football back. Got a couple more chances to try and get back close in this one. Let's take another break for financial literacy with U.S. Community Credit Union.
Do you send money to friends and family using person-to-person payment systems like Venmo or Zelle? They sure are convenient and are an awesome way to send money to those you know and trust. But be careful. Make sure you know exactly who you are sending money to. Double check the phone number or email address of your intended recipient before you hit send. Once the money is sent, it's gone. And if you send it to the wrong person, the chances of you getting your money back are slim.
The Financial Literacy Tip, brought to you by U.S. Community Credit Union.
Thank you to U.S. Community Credit Union for their support of Friday Night Rivals this year. Head coach Kevin Creasy of the Oakland Patriots, two-time state champion at Trousdale County, three-time state champion here at Oakland, graduate of Lewis County High School. His boys are on defense. Pass out to the left, caught for Maryville, but not going too far. That's the first catch of the night for DJ Gillens, senior receiver.
Coach Creasy's working on that second hand for state championship rings.
Got to get one for the thumb. I guess the other thumb now.
It's a smart play by this defensive line. They had quarterback Matthew Clemmer and pulled up and didn't hit him because that definitely would have been a roughing the passer call. So very disciplined right there by Oakland's defense not to hit the quarterback late.
Was that a corner blitz also? I think it might have been. Pass is caught for a first down. Cannon Johnson, who caught the Maryville touchdown, as a first down out to the 25.
Cannon Johnson, the senior receivers, finding a little room here in this fourth quarter. Like you said, just caught the touchdown pass. That was just a slant to the middle of the field right there. Found the open hole, and Clemmer connects with his favorite target of the second half.
More pressure, another open man, and it's Cannon Johnson once again. Makes a move around Taylor inside the 35 for Maryville. The Rebels are awake.
Well, they just run a little skinny post route right here and get between the defenders with the two safeties kind of in the middle of the field, down the seam there. And finding the green grass in this zone defense of Oakland, able to connect to Johnson again for a big game.
43-yard pickup. Johnson now has 5 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. First down at the Oakland 32. Matthew Clemmer throws. This one's bobbled and dropped by Gillens.
Yeah, Gillens should have caught that football right there. That was well placed by Clemmer, and Gillens not able to come up with it.
Maryville down 23. They've scored 9 straight points after Oakland got the game briefly to a running clock in the third quarter. Got a safety on a block punt out of the end zone and then a touchdown on their last drive. Trying to make it 2 in a row and get this to a 2-score game. This game is within reach, just running out of time. Maryville has all 3 timeouts left. It is Oakland with the big lead who has already burned theirs. And as I say it, Maryville must use their first. Here's tonight's Tennessee Army National Guard play of the game. It was the first play of the game. 99-yard kickoff return touchdown by Oakland's Jeremiah Collins to get the evening started, Josh.
Yeah, this was a statement kickoff return right here that really set the tone for this Oakland Patriots football team. There you see Collins goes 99 yards. Nobody's going to catch him. And some fireworks there on the first play of this state semifinal game tonight from Rutherford County.
It's been fun to hear from Jeremiah Collins, who moved to Murfreesboro from Louisville for his senior year. He attended Male High School in Louisville, lived with his mom. His father, Melvin, has always lived in Murfreesboro, so he's been here many times, but decided to come live with his dad, reap the benefits of playing on the Oakland football team. And he's had a lot of fun. He's learned so much about the game, been so impressed with the program. There are two things he still hasn't done that many Oakland Patriots want to do: beat Maryville and win a state title. He only gets one shot at both. Hand off to Ledoux out of the Maryville timeout, and it works. They surprised him with the run. First down.
Yeah, do the unexpected. That's what we talked about. The Rebels offense needs to do right here. And Oakland thinking that Maryville's going to throw the football right there. They run it, pick up a big gain, move the chains one more time.
Bobbled snap, and Ledoux has to fall on it. It's still loose. Does Oakland have it? Oakland ball. Costly mistake for the Maryville offense, and Jarrell Franklin recovers.
Yeah, it's just one of those nights for Maryville right there. There you see it. Hits the quarterback. Matthew Clemmer right in the hands. And that ball was coming back there from center Cal Grubbs, the Liberty commit. Clemmer unable to handle that snap, and Ledoux unable to fall on it. And another costly turnover right here as Maryville was making a little bit of noise on offense that drive.
Oakland gets the ball back with a tick under 4 minutes to go at their own 29. Start off with a run play for not much. Get the clock ticking on the handoff to Mason Bell. Looks like Beach is wrapping up a road win over Bartlett. Beach just scored to make it 50-39 with 54 seconds left in West Tennessee. So Beach with a 2-score lead. So it looks like it'll be Beach and Oakland, if those two scores hold, in an all-Nashville area matchup for the 6A Public School State title, highest classification, in the final game of the year in Chattanooga a week from tomorrow at 7 Eastern. Play 3 games a day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Once those are all finals, and once we're done with our game here tonight, stick with us. We will tell you who will be playing who and give you the full schedule.
About a win for East Nashville High School. Speaking of Nashville area schools, Metro Schools East Nashville, congratulations to Coach Jamal Stewart of the Eagles, going back to the state championship with a win over Covington tonight. They did that. They hit the road out to West Tennessee and beat a very good Covington team. So congratulations to East Nashville Magnet.
The East Empire. And for those of you wondering at this point, who decides who gets to be home in the playoff games? Once you get to the state semis, it alternates every year. So Maryville and Oakland have played in this game 9 years in a row, and every year it will alternate under the format. Cade Hewitt runs for a first down, got hit hard by Wallace, but ran on through it.
How about Hewitt willing that first down right there? Exactly where he needed to go. Get that first down, and what an effort by 17. He's a load to bring down, isn't he?
Murfreesboro's answer for Josh Allen. Big 17.
Looks like Pearl Cone was up 47-40 on Haywood.
Wow. We've had some high-scoring games in these playoffs. A lot of fun. The game in our area and statewide is in such a great place. Hand off to Avery Hainsworth, his first touch of the game. Sophomore running back, son of former Titans D lineman Albert Hainsworth. Transferred to Oakland from Brentwood.
I'm Lavelle Glanton Jr., a medical doctor and an attorney. In the operating room, I've provided life.
He's 6'2", 180. Fun to watch on the offensive side of the football. Gain of 5 as we come up on the final minute of regulation with Oakland taking this one home. That's backup quarterback Max Levinsky, the senior, getting a run for a first down. Levinsky, the definition of a program guy for Oakland, gets his final snap on his home field as a senior in the state semis and gets a first down run. Very cool moment, and high fives well-deserved for Max Levinsky. They'll alternate backup quarterbacks as sophomore Kyler Creasy comes in to take what will be the final snap of the game, the head coach's son. Hands off to Hainsworth, who slips. But the play may have been dead from the start. Actually, his knee touchdown, and that's it. Oakland is headed back to the Blue Cross Bowl for the third straight season. Round 9 of Oakland Maryville goes to the boys from Oakland, Tennessee. The Patriots will face Beach for the 6A state championship next Saturday.
Well, that's what Coach Kevin Creasy talked about going into this season, was this three-peat. And back when you talk about it in the offseason, bringing it all the way through the summer program, the beginning of the preseason, during the scrimmages in August. It's been a long journey to get here now on November 25th. But the Oakland Patriots are going to have an opportunity to play for 3 state championships in a row in Class 6A.
Tonight's Bart Durham player of the game is Eric Taylor. Immensely well-deserved for the senior safety and running back, who on offense had 12 carries for 206 yards and 2 touchdowns of 65 yards or longer. That's 17 yards per carry. And he was their best player on defense too, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the most outstanding performance we have seen out of an individual player all year long in all 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, special teams. There's the big stick right there on the reverse, staying at home, and just what an incredible performance.
Eric Taylor is our Bart Durham injury law player of the game, getting some well-deserved congratulations from Maryville's coaches, saying, happy we don't have to see you again. And in his final home game as an Oakland Patriot, he leads the way to send his boys to the state title game. We will talk to head coach Kevin Creasy and the victorious Patriots, and also give you the full scoreboard update and tell you all the teams that will be in Chattanooga this week. Final score, Oakland 38, Maryville 15. More to come here on MyTV30.
I'm Lavelle Glanton Jr., a medical doctor and an attorney. In the operating room, I've provided life-saving care to people facing some of the toughest challenges of their lives. Despite the challenges I have faced, I have delivered compassionate care with the results that ultimately allowed my patients to reclaim the lives that they deserve. For years, I've dedicated my life to helping people recover physically as they overcome some of the toughest challenges of their lives. Now, as a practicing attorney and physician, I have joined my father's law practice at the law offices of Lavelle L. Glanton. Here, I will apply the same professional care, compassion, and attention to detail which has served my patients so well in the past. I will be there, by their side, fighting for them so that they can also recover financially and rebuild their lives.
Justice can be yours. Claim it. Call the law offices of Lavelle Glanton today.
Dad, are these condos?
Don't we buy houses?
This is a condo, and we buy them all. Townhomes, duplexes, mobile homes, even raw land.
Are there still no listings, showings, commissions, or fees?
That's right, and we even deal with the HOAs, so you don't have to.
Call us today and sell the easy way.
Sell your house the easy way. Call 299 cash today.
The National Desk tracks the next weather maker live across America now. I'm Jan Jeffcoat. Choose America's News now. Each weekday morning from the National Desk.
The National Desk, weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. on MyTV30.
Name something your pet does more often than your partner does. Lick you.
Weekdays at 5, 5:30, and 6:30 on MyTV30.
The Oakland Patriots are back in the 6A state championship game in search of their 3rd straight title. Final score here at Ray Hughes Stadium in Murfreesboro, Oakland 38, Maryville 15 on the Tennessee Army National Guard's Friday Night Rivals. Presented by Bart Durham Injury Law on MyTV30. Max Hers and Josh Corey back with you as Kevin Creasy speaks to his team. Stork Montgomery shows off his patriotic hat, and Sammy Kincaid awaits an interview. So, whole lot of love for Oakland football, whole lot of love for Maryville football as well as their season comes to an end. Let's take a look at who will be headed to Chattanooga, and we don't quite know one last score yet. Page has defeated Henry.
A new kind of superfood. Hardee's new Super Bacon Biscuit is twice.
Beach has defeated Bartlett, so it will be Beach and Oakland in an all-Nashville suburb game. Sumner County versus Rutherford County in the 6A title game next week.
Nissan of Rivergate in Madison. New Nissans rolling in every day. The all-new Pathfinder, Rogues, Frontiers, Muranos, Rogue Sports, and Sentras. They go fast.
In the Tomcats, Coach Tony Burnetti's crew heading out west, and what an unbelievable finish that's going to be.
Let's take a look at who matches up with who in Chattanooga next week. We'll start, as always, with the private school games on Thursday. CPA Lipscomb for the third straight year to get us started at 11 a.m. Eastern at Finley Stadium in Division II AA. Two more Nashville area teams, Friendship Christian against Nashville Christian in Division II Class A at 3 o'clock Eastern in our second game. Really happy for Friendship Christian, by the way. That's a new name we don't see there too often out of the Mount Juliet area.
Yeah, they've had a fantastic year this year. I think they've run the table.
MBA and Baylor in the night game. BA was oh so close, but it's MBA and Baylor in the night game, Division II Class AAA. The Friday games to get us started, Alcoa and East in Class AAA and what has often been called the Alcoa Invitational. We'll see what East can do against the boys from Alcoa. Then in 1A, Clay County and McKenzie in some small-town football. In the 5A game, Knox West against Page. Two powerhouses, two fun teams to watch. That should be a good nightcap that Josh Corey will be announcing. And then on Saturday, we're still awaiting our final winner to see who will face Anderson County in 4A to get us started. Saturday at 11 a.m., a week from tomorrow. Pearl Cone and Haywood tied up in the fourth quarter. In Class AA, it's Tyner and Riverside at 3 o'clock Eastern next Saturday. And then the big boys, Oakland and Beach, at 7 o'clock Eastern time next Saturday in the Class 6A state championship game. Speaking of Oakland, their head coach Kevin Creasy is with Sammy Kincaid.
Coach, you defended your turf in dominating fashion. What can you say about your guys tonight?
Real proud of all of our coaches, our players. Players played lights out. I thought they did a great job. Probably need to finish a little bit better. But at the same time, had the continuous clock going in the fourth round of the playoffs. That's like unheard of. So real proud of these guys.
And you didn't take long to turn that page to next week. And talking to the guys about facing Beach, what have you got in front of you? A big test.
Yeah, I know Coach Crabtree from years ago, and they've got a heck of a team. And he's going to be there ready to win again, too. He's won some state championships. So it's going to be a great matchup. I think everybody should tune in. But I'd rather you buy a ticket and come support us.
Well, congratulations, Coach, and good luck going 3 years in a row.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Coach Creasy. Eric Taylor getting a well-deserved interview. And your boy, Coach Creasy, Josh, is headed back to Chattanooga.
Yeah, 67-0 at home in the 8 years he's been the head coach here at Oakland. Just a remarkable record. Another great football team. They've got one more game to kind of finish out this story and this chapter for these seniors. And I knew he wasn't going to be satisfied with the way his team finished tonight. You know, they really played lights out, like he said, and it was a dominant performance. But being the coach that he is, I knew there's always room for improvement, and he's going to want to see his guys finish a little bit better than they were able to tonight. But still, an outstanding performance by the Oakland Patriots. Congratulations to them. Best of luck next week in what will be a great 6A final on Saturday night from Chattanooga.
It will be Oakland and Beach in that game. Yeah. Final high school football game statewide this year, Josh, and it's our final broadcast here on MyTV30 Friday Night Rivals. For those of you who live in our viewing area who watch the games on Channel 30, all of the state games will be on this channel. They're just controlled by a different broadcast entity, but please tune in Josh and I will both be involved in those broadcasts and popping up throughout the weekend. So please tune into all 9 games here on MyTV30. But for now, we must say thank you for a great season. 15 straight Fridays of high school football on TV to our great crew and leadership group. Every single Friday, these guys show up to a new place around noon. They set up from scratch. They set up a television production truck. They set up cables to the broadcast booth and the press box and to the sideline and microphones and a whole lot of technology. And they're here till midnight taking it down. And we want to express a huge thank you to everyone who is a part of our crew, whether you're here 1 week or here all 15. Thank you so much for your support in making these, we think, the best high school broadcasts anywhere in the country for high school football. We also want to thank our wonderful sponsor partners, Tennessee Army National Guard, Bart Durham Injury Law, Rackley Roofing and the UPS Store, who through their generous contributions to the program make these games possible for you to watch at home. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsor supporters for their contributions to our 2022 Friday Night Rivals telecast. BMC Metalworks, UA Local 572, Tennessee Homebuyers, Wilson Bank and Trust, the United States Marines, Ball State Community College, U.S. Community Credit Union, Josh Houston and Associates, our man Flying Brian Stegall and his friends at Batteries Plus, and also Josh Corey's great personal friends at John the Printer. We'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support of our program, Maryville High School, and our semifinal host, the back-to-back 6A state champions. Does the three-peat come next week for Oakland High School? Tyler Creasy's hyped. So's his papa. Final score in the state semis, Oakland 38, Maryville 15. For Josh Corey and Sammy Kincaid, I'm Max Hers. Thanks so much for watching high school football.